Clips, clips.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the doublespeak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Clips, clips.
Alrighty YouTube, another one of Kips Clips, and welcome to Not the Infowars Nightly News, the original alternative look at the alternative media, sceptical about the skeptics, and watch the motherfucking Watchmen, because somebody's got to do it. So again, it's just a genuine alternative look at some of these alternative media sources which now find themselves in the position of being the mainstream media. So the anti-establishment has become the establishment media, and it's all one big mindfuck. So truth lies in your own discernment, don't trust none of them. And tonight we'll be going through a wee journey around the alternative media. Tonight, UK fifth column manufacturer of your consent, talking about the general election. I'm going to be touching on certain I'm going to be kind of touching on a few of the channels' interpretations and what they've been talking about on the lead up to the election, and some of the way that they're steering us, the route that they're steering us down. So hopefully, you will stick around for that. If you do appreciate, and as UK fifth column manufacturers of your consent, talking about the main street of the alternative media manufacturing your consent in a system that they say that they hate. The fifth column, go and stick that into your Googles, and interestingly enough, you'll find the New York Times wrapped up in the explanation of the fifth column. Just a quick synopsis of it. It's kind of like hidden elements ready to pounce when asked. Like a fifth column, like a hidden army, the army you cannot see, the subverters. Anyway, so UK fifth column manufacturer of your consent, not the Infowars Nightly News. If you do appreciate the show, feel free to stick a wee thumbs up. It is much appreciated, help the show grow. You can also share it with your friends, family and foes. Again, nobody else is going to do it. YouTube doesn't do any cross promotion anymore, so share it with friends, families, flow, anybody you might think enjoys the show. And if you do appreciate any of the shows or clips I do, feel free to use the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. You get the VidMe channel where everything's mirrored over there. It's another place to have everything mirrored. The event, the community page, I share all the other live hangouts on there with the rest of the community. Daiz's channel for the NewsRants when they're on. Cookie on a Monday for the Soul Excalibur. Tomorrow night will be reality chat. Thursday and Saturday is Steve's shows. And See Through the Fear Porn Friday as always. So make sure you check out all these Facebag, Tweeters and the 2 YouTube channels as well if you want to keep up to date with everything. So I'll say hi to everybody in the chat after I've just had a quick look rundown of who I'm going to be touching on. So a few wee funny bits to start off with, just about how Theresa May, from the point of the election, is getting portrayed inside the media and why we should question that. Then I'll be touching on the UK fifth column. I don't need hours of their shit. Couple of segments, maybe 4 or 5 minutes long, to point out their absolute utter fucking bullshit that they cannot stand up there with a straight face and fucking lie about. They are not that stupid. What, boy? I mean, these people have worked for GCHQ Royal Navy, the fucking full barrage of government agencies, and then they rock up and expect you to think that you're so stupid you can't call them out in their hypocrisies. Double speaking bullshit. So we'll touch on the fifth column first. Then the democracy scam. We'll go down all these lovely leaders, from Theresa May, Corbyn, Farron to Nicola Sturgeon. I'd say they form. What are they not saying? What are they not saying? What choice are they not offering us? All these illusions of choice. All this illusion of choice we have. What are they not offering us? What choice options are off the table? So we'll check in into that. Jufro bench shot Watson. Is it official? Does he take the bobby? Is that real or is that fake news? I don't know. Does he take the bobby? Anyway, Jufro Watson. Yet again, relying on Americans' ignorance of what's happening here in the UK politics to fucking push his shite through Infowars. Oh, and to like F.E.A.R and all that, and all those morons who still fucking think there's anything worth of value on Infowars ever. Oh my god, man. I love these elections. I love these elections, man. Like, they show people's true colours come out. Russell Brand, fifth column, a UK column, and Thomas Sheridan. Wait till you listen to this fucking arsehole. Right, in the predictive programming, he's putting in, then Tommy Titbag, I need to touch on him. He's right up there right now, man. That guy is one hell of a useful fucking idiot. I don't even think he understands what he's in the middle of, man. He's raising an army, going fucking beat up Muslims in the UK because they're coming to rape our woman. Rebel scum. It's been ages since I've been able to say that. Anyway, rebel scum. Media, the rebel media again, Tommy Titbag stuff. We are New World Order. Thanks to Jeff C for sending me a link to this. There was a good guy. I'm fucking up the details, but I'll share them when I get into it. A guy for the Virginia militia, I believe, confronted Luke Judowski, asked him a few potent questions, and he's the wee snake-like reptile said a lot about nothing and then just waddled off. So we'll be touching on him as well. Mike Rivero as well. And again, what is it with all these people's fascination about Sweden all of a sudden? All of a sudden. All of them. And the Truther Industrial Complex won't stop talking about Sweden. And then George Webb's web of bullshit. I never paid attention to this guy. I heard him bump his gums to some religious mumbo-jumbo bullcrap that I could never swallow. He wasn't for me. Then apparently he's fucking done the rounds and everybody's sucking his bobby, thinking he's the man. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But he's a Zionist running interference for Israel, according to his own comments. Made on his own video by his own channel, which I documented the other week. And now somebody's came out. I mean, I love my fucking soaps, right? You see the good thing about soaps, EastEnders and Coronation Street and all that, right? At least I understand their soaps. See people that get their soap fix from Jew-enders, YouTube enders. Well, this will be your fix. 10 ton of emotional baggage bullshit wrapped up in fucking a conspiratard story. Wait, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content for you to gobble up your time, getting nowhere apart from focusing on Hillary Clinton. I thought she didn't win the presidency. You know what I mean? These people aren't anti-establishment, they're pro-New World Order. Anyway, just like we are New World Order. So, let me bounce into the chitty chat, say hi to everybody in there. In the evening. Oh shit, there's a fly in my screen. Oh no. Alright, Rogue State, how you doing? Mandy Gold, how you doing in the evening? Sonia White in the evening. Hold on a second. Right, let's see. Oh fuck. Right, go and shut down on me now, you bastard. Anyway. Mandy Gold, Rogue State, how yous all doing? Lopsum, Sonia White, there's Colin, how you doing, my man? Coco Stewart, Fleety Dog, Elusive Exposure Radio, how you doing, Martin? Helicopter Pad, Blazing, Gareth, and Gary in the evening, one and all. Thanks for joining. And there's Sidefish as well. How you doing, Sidefish? So, before I get onto the fifth column, just a few wee funny things. Oh no, right, I wanted to touch on this. I'm going to share this. I put this up tonight. This was some of the video footage I got on Thursday night when I was yet again holding my own election. None of this is in my name. I've voted, us, not them. They cannot manufacture my consent. The UK column's bullshit. Russell Brand's bullshit. It doesn't wash with me. So if anybody does want to watch some of the footage I got, people want to speak. People are very willing to listen and debate this stuff, especially when you start with the premise all politicians are wankers. I kid you not, but very few are willing to then stick their fucking face on cam and stuff like that. But it's always a worthwhile exercise. And I was listening to a wee bit of Brendan O'Connell today. Go and check the guy out. Truth lies in your own discernment. Make your own mind up, man. Anyway, but he said something, and I thought it was sort of a value in the way of like taking to the streets and getting out flyers. And people will laugh and people will mock. And then he was talking about the YouTube ghetto, and that really, really, really rang the bell with me, because that's what it's turned into. That's what YouTube's like. You like, whereas before you were on YouTube, you could put big bells and whistles on your fucking titles and shit, and you would get passing traffic, you would get new people poking their head in, you would be stirring up new interest. Not anymore. Not anymore. And this isn't like, this is just me noticing the sort of patterns on the YouTube. No longer will you get, and I don't know this for a fact, this is my best guess, you no longer get any cross promotion on the YouTubes and stuff. You get put as a fucking plus 18 fuck, cunt and bugger, unfucking family friendly, unadvertising friendly, and YouTube does not apply the same algorithms to you equally as they do to other channels. And that's just my best guess. Maybe the big fat hairy Illuminati spiders in my nut or something, I don't know. But aye, that's what I done on election night, and I don't know, man. I like to say these things because they're more likely to materialise than if you just sit and never even fucking have the balls to even discuss them. But at some point I do want to actually go to the streets with flyers and stuff, and that it takes fucking money, resources, and fucking, I don't know, a couple of pints of Dutch courage to stand in the middle of the public talking like a fucking loon ball, man. Especially in today's climate. Do you know, I didn't realise what I was doing on Thursday. It was only when I was standing at Central Station with a bag for F.E.A.R, with a shoebox all sellotaped together, I was like, fuck, man. And then when I was started filming, the fucking all the armed cops and all that, poking their head out like that. It's intimidating. It is genuinely motherfucking intimidating. Anyway, so I'll stick this in the chitty chat if anybody wants to go and check it out, or did I just actually go and do that anyway? So, you can go and watch that bullcrap. In the meantime, let's see the Telegraph, how they're portraying May. Now, I know you might just think this is just a wee off the cuff, ha 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 ha, but this is the portrayal of May as a clown, a bumbling fool. It's kind of like the pictures you get in the tabloids speak a million volumes, speak a million words. A bad picture, going to be a bad article about that person. Good picture, vice versa. Very simple. Wee small clips like that are the modern day YouTube social media equivalent of this. Look at her face.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Je suis très heureux d'accueillir ce soir la Première ministre. Le vent.
I mean, like, she's a big fuck. Ugh! Like, honestly, like a big ostrich. I know why she looks like an ostrich as well. Her legs look about fucking 10 times the height of her other body, man. It's crazy. She looks like a fucking dinosaur. A velociraptor.
Porte que les feuilles, mais pas le reste.
The wind is only taking.
No! I mean, in all honesty, like, she's getting portrayed as a fucking clown.
papers away, but
Elle n'aura
nothing
pas raison
else.
de nous. Je suis très heureux donc d'accueillir
So, I'm
Theresa May pour
pleased to be
un dîner de travail que nous avons eu avec
Prime Minister May.
nos équipes.
Right, I just thought that was a bit funny. You can go and find that. Now, let's hear what they're all joking and laughing about. Now, let's not forget, in hindsight of all this, the biggest victim, the biggest political victim of all this, Theresa May, but politicians get hung out to dry all the time. They take their hit and then they get moved on, plausible deniability, and go and live their life in the sun. So what political agenda took the biggest hit after all this debacle? That would be Brexit. Now, funny that pro-European party, who kidded on to be pro-Brexit, called an election which led to Brexit being in its weakest position since the referendum on Brexit. I don't think that's a coincidence. And Theresa May's took a hit for the team. Let's say however long she lasts, then Bobo Johnson materialises. Could be what we're looking at unfold.
Mr. Speaker-elect, on behalf of the whole House, may I congratulate you on your re-election.
Here is the democracy scam, and while it will never, ever, ever right itself, people understood this. The system is self-serving, right? It's like a big fucking snake eating its own shite that's coming out its tail. Right? It's like a big circle of fucking shite and serpent shite, and it's eating itself. And it will never stop eating itself, because if it stops eating itself, it will die, and the system's set up to serve itself. Right? People are aware of this. You ask people on the street, they're like, they get it. They get it, man. They really genuinely get it. They understand the democracy scam. They're still voting, even though they're happily to agree that all of them are as bad as each other. But they'll still vote because of the programming. And look at all these cunts. These people couldn't give a flying fuck.
At least someone got a landslide.
Look, she's like a fucking nodding dog. What is wrong with her? Is she get the onset of MS or something? These are questions we should be asking about people who've got their finger on the red button. And I'm not talking about her clitoris. Oh, the House of Parliament like that one.
And as we welcome new members...
Oh, who's that? Is that Harriet Harmon by any chance? Now put in Harriet Harmon in pie. See what results you get in the Google. And it's not fucking her sitting wiping fucking cream pies over her tits and licking it off. No, it's about her a political affiliation. That's not Harriet Harmon, is it? I'm having a fucking brain. No, that is Harriet Harmon. Go and check her connection. Her and her husband's connections to pie through the Council for Civil Liberties. Liberty. Oh shit, man, I've forgotten. I'm forgetting all the... Aye, they're now called Liberty, and it's the Council for Civil Liberties or something. I forgot all my abbreviations and stuff, all getting mixed up. But Harriet Harmon and pie. Put in paedophile information exchange and Harriet Harmon, and then you'll see who's leading us.
Members on all sides of the House. We should also celebrate the fact that we now have a record number of MPs from black and minority ethnic backgrounds, including the first ever female Sikh MP.
Woohoo! Every colour of the motherfucking rainbow! It doesn't matter that they're all a bunch of fucking cretins. Don't give a shite. But we've got every freak for the party. Every Gotham character you can want. You're a freak. We get a freak in Parliament for you. Remember, we're now getting ruled by somebody who get 13.6, let's round it up, 13.7 million votes out of a country of 66 million people. Democracy scam, where the few rule over the many. It's the same in every democracy in the fucking world. It's one big scam. And now, do you want to see the new cabinet? The new cabinet, now that the Conservatives and the dupes Democratic Unionist Party have won. There's your cabinet of 2016. Now, I need to say, I didn't do that myself. I lifted it off the face bags. Lots of stuff doing the rounds in the face bags. But I think you must agree, Nevertheless, quite funny that we'll get AK-47s in and all that. You know, that's the Parliament. You know, that was that's a representation of the cabinets, and my whole memory serves. All a bunch of corrupt terrorist gangster scum fucking corporate whores parading as politicians. That's all they are. And there's Theresa May, our next PMQs, with this fucking mob behind her. So, aye, that's what's happening.
Honourable Member for Birmingham Edgbaston. We also have more disabled MPs.
Woo! The whole Parliament's now retarded! It's official! Oh, fucking hell. Hold on. I've actually got fucking something here, like, what is it? That's the new, see, instead of the House of Parliament, I'm going, here. In the future, what you're just going to hear is a bunch of fucking artistic fucking Bobo Johnsons going, that's all you're going to hear for Parliament.
And more LGBT MPs.
Yeah! Every colour of the rainbow! Arseholes this big! Arseholes that small! I mean, every fucking freak for the circus is welcome! It doesn't matter that fucking we are getting ruled by a minority in this country. You only need, well, what was it? I said 16 million house niggers. That was actually underestimate. You needed 13.6. They put the DUP on top of that. So just call it 13.9. 13.9 million. You don't even need 14 million people. You don't even need more 14 million house niggers. It's all you need. You can control the rest. Go and do the maths. If you can rape 50 odd million people, whatever way you want, you can pay off the house niggers, no problem at all. Oh, shit. You get back to the...
And I hope that together we will continue to build on the progress that we have made in previous parliaments to fight against discrimination in all its forms and to make our politics more representative of all the people we serve. For while there is further to go, if there is one outcome from this election we can all welcome, it is surely this, that today we have the most diverse and most representative parliament in our history.
Ignition. Lift off.
Right. So what's happening in the chat? Because I'm sick of fucking this pish, man. What is it that's actually happening? Because I would actually like to know myself. Right, the UK true. Fuck UKIP, don't take a piss out of disabled. They're politicians, mate. Timmy! Anyway, that's alright. Not the government, but for the people's sake. I'm patriotic, that's why. Kip, you do not have to shout and swear in order to push your hippie agenda. My hippie agenda? Fuck you, son, the white guns fucking... Wear some Jesus sandals. You can't eat your own head though. But if it keeps eating itself, it would be all eaten non-existent. I was once a women's refugee, Halifax. The guy wants to say that they are Muslims, are the same as her. Oh Christ, so it's just people like listen, it's a big boys room, man, so stop fucking like, I don't know. Let me just see it. Like, is it people with just different opinions? Or is it like the Illuminati coming into hack or something? Because I don't know. Christianity says, love your enemies, just look at Islam. Right. I don't know. Do you boot somebody out for being a Christian fundamental retard? What do you think, Timmy? What do you think, Timmy? Timmy! That's what people do in the chat. You take things too serious. Religions are all set up to divide us. James, sorry, I was spouting gibberish. Is that you, Jamesy boy? Is that James? Humphrey, how you doing, Humphrey? Miss Freedom, how you doing? Oh my god, what the fuck? In the evening, everybody. Right, what would Jesus do? Right, Jesus would go, if you can't fucking play nice, don't play a fucking toe! You know what I mean? If you don't, look, Punch don't like Judy, stop talking to each other and fighting. And then you can, like, if it's just people with a clear pattern are coming in and poking people with a stick, we'll try and be stronger and no react to somebody poking you with a stick. Don't know, let retards show themselves up for the retardations that they've got, that they hold. Let their weak ass arguments speak volumes. Don't know, man. It's better than fucking policing a fucking bunch of kids, man. Right, so there was that bull crap. Let's get into the fifth column. Do something fucking half decent. Right, so here's the UK fifth column. Right, this is the Thursday the 8th of June, so this is the day of the election. Won't take long at all, stay tuned. Will not take long to blow these people out of the water. Easy, man. Right. See? Nah, it's alright, man.
Nation, and the only way we're going to buy time is by making June 2017, just after 1 o'clock. Apologies, a few minutes delay there, can only be due to cyber leprechauns.
Stop hanging around and associating yourself with Richie Allen.
But here we are on Election Day 2017.
And what direction is the UK column going to point all that energy that they suck in from the discontentedness that they propagate? Because like there's no secret. Look around you, discontented motherfuckers left, right and centre. Everybody hates the government. Go out in the street and ask them. And then all these wee groups point at them, go, I hate the government too. I hate to go, oh brilliant, fly my flag. And it takes you a while to actually see what direction they're steering you down. And what direction these people are steering you down. Don't question 1215 and Magna Carta. We need to return to the rule of law. That's out of these own people's words, mouths. And we need to vote to bide ourselves time.
And there can only be one message to the nation, and it's this. Let June be the end of May.
Yeah. Right, and these people make it simple for you to break it down. So they're leading off on the day on the election, one of their most powerful politically charged broadcasts. Now, do bear in mind, I'm not standing up for the TV, by the way, I'm certainly not, but I'm just pointing out a reality here, and this is something people have to think about. Here in the UK, the TV and the radio is heavily regulated with political messages in and around election time, to the extent James Whale back in the day got sacked for talking about an election and stuff. So they've got regulations to stop clandestine propaganda spilling out onto the mainstream media. I don't agree with it, right? But it's sensible, right? It's sensible to regulate the propaganda or like their party political messages. Now the UK column and all the ilk and all their umbrella corps and remember as well, man. You know, I need to admit, I did not know this until today. It must have been happening when I just fucking would not go near Infowars. I must have just been on a fucking hiatus. Wow, 2009. 2009, 8 years ago, that cunt's turning up in Prison, Planet TV, Infowars.com. Oh shit, I'm getting Alice Jones an advert. Right, this guy's been a long time in the game. Ex-Navy. And if you go and look at the UK column crew, go and scratch beneath the surface of them, they've even got an ex-GCHQ guy in there and everything. But anyway, so on voting day, the UK column, after winding every cunt up getting them all politically motivated, mobilising them politically, getting them all thinking about what's happening politically in this country, how bad it is and how we have to stop it. What are we going to do? What's the answer? What do we do? Think of the thousands of people that are fucking watching this. What button? Oh, right, I was wondering why the views were so low. It's because it's not the UK column channel.
And as Ian Crane has been saying in his recent broadcast, it's very important that people do get out and vote today because what we need is time for the nation, and the only way we're going to buy time is by making sure that Theresa May, better known as Treason May, is not elected.
Right, now if you cannot see these people have a political agenda, like remember Russell Brand, don't vote, don't vote, don't vote, go and vote Labour. Look at what Russell Brand's doing now again, manufacturing your consent in a system that we all hate. So how the fuck did they manufacture your consent in a system that we all fucking hate? Well, they get all these wee characters out for Russell Brand, fucking all the guys want to be him, women want to sleep with him. Brian Gerrish. Brian Gerrish is the UK version of Alex Jones. Now you go, that's ridiculous, little thing sitting here with his wee tie and stuff. Exactly! He's Alex Jones that offers you round for fucking afternoon tea and crumpets while filling your head with the same fucking shite and winding you up and fucking putting you in a direction.
So it's up to all of us to get out there and make our votes count.
It's up to all of us. There's your leader, Brian Gerrish of the UK Fifth Column, telling you to go out and participate in a system he hates, he thinks corrupt, he thinks is run by paedophiles, but we need to change it by voting in the system. Now, I like to point out at this point in time, the amount of time these lunatics, I got it when I was sitting in Glasgow Green, shouting at solidarity, and the ex-copper turning up to try and hijack 420 in Glasgow Green. These motherfuckers' rhetoric bounces off their tongue. Einstein's definition of insanity. And then when you point to the fact voting for any cunt never changes anything at any point. No, fuck you. Just go out and vote for any cunt apart from me. Right? Now, think what these bastards have done. They have fucking manufactured their consent. They've got you on board. You hate the government. You know the country's going down the Swanee. Brian Gerrish is going to fucking save you, because look at him. He's a lovely wee English gent that was in the army and all he wants is rule Britannia. He's got your best interests at heart. So what's he going to do? He's going to manufacture your consent in a system that he gets you to fucking hate. Oh shit, where am I? Lost my moose. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, did I just fuck that up there? I did. Fucking Bojo. Sorry.
Lies, damned lies, and
elected. So it's up to all. And there can only be one message.
Right, there can only be one message. Let June be the end of May, right? Now again, remember, don't watch what they say, because they will say what you want to hear. Watch what they do. Look at the direction they point their energy that they've manufactured in. They're pointing that energy at the ballot box, so you go in there and put your X and consent to a system you fucking hate. Right? That's magic, folks. That is magic. You're actually getting the turkeys to vote for Christmas. Why? Because we need time. Time's not on our sides.
Saying in his recent broadcast, it's very important that people do get out and vote today, because what we need is time for the nation, and the only way we're going to buy time is by making sure that Theresa May, better known as Treason May, is not elected. So
now, can you see this? Can you see the commonality here for Russell Brand, UK column, all these Chunky Mark, all these alternative internet fucking news sources, winding you up, and then when it comes to the crunch, they send their wee wound up mouse to the ballot box to put that X, and then after you put your X, they don't give a shit what you think. You've consented to them ruling over you and doing things in your name. You have no choice.
So it's up to all of us to get.
It's up to us to stop falling for the same trick. Again, Einstein's definition of insanity, but you relating that to voting and a democracy scam doesn't fucking cross these people's heads when they're meant to be 10 times intelligent, 10 times more intelligent than me.
Get out there and make our votes count. This is not a solution. It's simply buying time until enough people can be applied to the task to produce a proper change in this country, and that is restoring common law. It's taking control of our money supply system, and it's starting to bring true law and order back into the United Kingdom. Well, it's quite amazing to have a look at the papers at the moment, because we have no idea what's going to come up.
Restore law and order in the UK. That's these people's goal in the UK. Not sovereignty in oneself. Not the realising that the authority that they're projecting over us is fake. These people want a reset button. They want to go back to good old times, black and white times, when the serfs didn't realise they were fucking slaves. Right? They want a revolution, not an evolution. Right, now let's just completely show the hypocrisies of these people straight away. 45, 40.
77.
Have we got Mark back in?
Martin Wolf, the business writer for the Financial Times.
In Russia, Mike.
It must have been.
So Mark.
Right, so now notice the memes, the talking points that they put out, and you can tell they're part of the propaganda machine. Now, this whole argument between Trump, the Russia hacking and all that stuff, neither side actually explains it properly. They say Russia hacked the elections. No, Russia's propaganda was more strong. That's all it was. Russia, or the Russian element of propaganda, because there's people in the West that seem to be allied with the people in the Russian Fed and stuff. It's a lot more complicated than these morons will try and explain. And one of the common things is anything that ever goes wrong, it's just like, oh, blame the Russians, that'll be the Russians hacking. Now, it's a piss take on the mainstream media because that's the go-to place that they go to. But by propagating that defence, it then makes the allegation of Russian hacking anything laughable. Which, in hindsight and in longevity, that's running interference for the pro-Russian Federation Putin propaganda machine.
Unfortunately, you just cut off there. We'll put that down to the Russians. It's traditional to blame them for virtually everything that happens.
Yep.
I hope that whatever Macron does, he keeps his hands off our Prime Minister, because he's quite keen on the more mature lady.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, and when I say fuck, cunt and bugger or like anything like that, ad hominem attacks, it's all fucking bad. But when me, Brian Garish and all that does their wee sly digs and stuff like that, it's all good. But they all do it. They just do it that you don't notice. See all that shit? That's conjecture, that's ad hominem attacks. That's, look, fucking cunt likes a shag old woman. Stay away from your Prime Minister. You know what I mean? But he can't even say it genuinely. He says it as a wee. That goes out there and that gets propagated. See the amount of people that watched the UK column that wasn't aware of that. Now let's listen to him. After hearing him here telling you we need to get out and vote anybody apart from me, what's he saying? So what's changed between the 8th and the 12th?
Okay, we better end there. Serious times in UK, turbulence, but this is the opportunity for ordinary people now to realise that the political parties are all operating to the same common purpose.
Right, so all the political parties are voting, are working for the same common purpose, but on the 8th of June, you were telling us to go out and vote for any of the scumfucks as long as it wasn't me, even though that he's now telling you they're all in the same fucking team. Right? Bang, 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 bang. How any cunt can ever trust a word out of the UK column's mouth ever again, I do not know. The hypocrisies for the wee fucking ginger fucking English gent of a leader here is staggering. There's a one, like, On the 8th, get out and vote. We have to stop Theresa May. Our voting will work this time. On the 12th, yes, interesting times for the people. It's time that we... Everyone's running around confused. And what are these people want to do? They want to... Oh, fuck, what's the word that's escaping me? They want to capitalise on this. They want to capitalise on the fucking... on the chaos.
They need to be exposed. We need decent people back in Westminster. That's it for today. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Yes, they're all working for the same common purpose, but what we need to do is vote them out and vote good people in. Yeah! These people are not so stupid to think that you can fucking... the system's self-serving. These people are not that stupid. They are not that fucking stupid. Anyway, let's get to the last one of the UK fifth column. This was today's, I do believe. I can't remember what I wanted to point out. Stay tuned as well, man. Maybe at a later date I might have something interesting to do with somebody communicating with the UK column and getting fed a whole load of shite. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon. It's Tuesday,
No tonight though. It'll hopefully be when it happens.
13th of June 2017, just after 1 o'clock. Welcome to UK Column News. I'm your host, Brian Gerrish. With me in the studio, Mike Robinson. We'll be joined by David Ellis from Strategic Defence Initiatives by live video Skype. Well, we're delighted to say that it's really lovely here in Plymouth. We've got wall-to-wall blue sky. We've got sunshine. It's wonderful. And I believe the sun is peeping through in Holland, so stay with it.
It's all falling apart, Brian.
I was going to move.
I wanted to see if they've got that 8th one left up on their website, to see if they take it down one day, go out and vote the next day. They're all in it together, they're all working for the common purpose.
From the sun is shining to the fact that politically it's all falling apart. And for me, this picture really just sort of captured things, because here they are. These are the people that we have entrusted with the nation state.
Well, I didn't.
Well,
Right, okay, now I want to show you the coalition between the UK columns meme they're putting out. Like, I'm not saying these people are fucking outstanding individuals and I want them to rule over me. I'm just saying they're as big a clowns as the other ones that are trying to get fucking voted in, right? That's my point. So... the clips I started the show with. Oh shit. Particularly this one. So there's the Daily Telegraph. Theresa May trying to portray her as a bit of a clown. Like, oh, look at these people, dead people walking. And I've now lost it. And the UK column doing the exact same thing. In fact, actually, the UK column are actually using the Telegraph's article. I never even realised that when I done that there, by the way. Look, that's the Telegraph's article.
This is true, but we'll just say that at the moment Theresa has been put where she is, and she could only do that with the support of the general public. I think I'm correct in saying.
I'm not certain about that either.
I'm not winning here. Okay, well, let's just add a bit to this, because if we think about what's going on, this is a cult at work.
The Liberal Democrats, Labour Party, Conservative cult at work. Okay. So why on the 8th of June was Brian Gerrish, the whole UK column team, F.E.A.R. Crane as well, that fat bastard. Stick his name into my channel. He's a cunt, by the way. He's always been one. I don't like fracking either. He's just a wee ball bag. Anyway, go and look at his interactions with fucking genuine people back in the day before he was anybody, and you'll see what a cunt he really is. He's a genuine fucking ball bag. And that's my opinion of F.E.A.R. Crane. So why on the 8th of June was he telling you to go out and vote for anybody? Go out and vote for any cult, just not the cult we're telling you not to vote for. And now, using the Telegraph stuff, see the pattern? Telegraph getting showing Theresa May as a clown. And now the UK column doing it as well. Try to get more organised here so I don't get lost again. They're telling you it's a cult, but they want... So the cult of the UK column wanted you to go and vote. The definition... Back in the room, back in the room, back in the room. Back in the room. Fucking told you don't die. Back in the room. Back in the room, back in the room, back in the room. See, I'm back in the room. Well, it's much me back in the room. Sorry about that. As we all know, it was the Russian hackers. Anyway, those pesky Ruskies. No, that ain't what I'm wanting. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about this. There we go. Get back to reality. Boom, there goes gravity. What was I talking about? Where was I? Right, the Lib Lab. Anyway, so hopefully back in the room. The Lib Lab cult at work, but go out and vote for them.
And I think the message of our news today is largely that, of course, it's not just the Conservative Party. We've got a Lib Lab con at work. It is operating as a cult. And what are they doing? Lies, deceit, propaganda, and spin. So
right, so go out and vote for anybody. It's important that you vote to stop Theresa May, but everybody's in this big cult. All of them are in, so you only vote for the less popular cult members, the ones that are less popular and the kiddie fiddling and all that shit. Let's see who else you've got to choose from. I don't know, Labour, Scottish National Party, ZCAL, Liberal Democrats, the Dupes, Sinn Féin, Plaid Cymru, I think that's how you pronounce that. That's the Welsh nationalists. The Green Party, David Icke's first political outing. Go and listen to David. It was too long to do tonight. Go and listen to Richie Allen and David Icke's podcast on Friday morning of the results. Go and listen to David Icke, right? And you will see him manifesting as the fucking political agenda-driven fucking lizard retard that he is. Anyway, who else? Independents. Yes, 1 seat. Ulster Unionist Party, Social Democrats and Labour Party and UKIP. I mean, what cult member don't you want to choose? But remember, it's important that you go out and choose a cult member like a good little fucking slave.
all of it is attacking the British public. And I will just...
But you just manufactured... I'll go to the fucking title of this. UK fifth column, manufacturer of your consent. That's what I'm showing you right there. That is them manufacturing your consent in the establishment, and then popping up a day after or a couple of days after it going, we're still anti-establishment, we don't like politics. Bullshit. Anyway, so that's enough of UK fifth column, I think.
Pop this on screen. Which I found by accident as we were preparing the news.
Yeah, so I just tripped up and stumbled over this and my dick sticked right in it. Honest. Right, so prepare for some audio anal leakage. But I'll do my best. Now, as you can see by the name of the channel that's coming
It's a real honour to be given this opportunity to reaffirm the SNP's commitment to our Scottish Jewish community.
Right, and again, this is what you'll see with the rise of is it the rise of Zionism or is it the fall of Zionism? It's the moving forward, having discussions about stuff and refusing to mention the political ideology of Zionism, which was set up by the richest, whitest Jew coming out of the British Empire they could find, which then is their ideology has been used to justify militias, mass killings, genocide, ethnic cleansing, terrorism all over the world. Wow, and yet Zeke Howe, this wee Nazi bitch, is again unquestioning of international Jewry.
During this general election campaign, we shouldn't lose sight of the fact that the decision on June the 8th is fundamental to the kind of country we want to be.
What the fuck are you talking about fucking Judonia then for?
It is incredibly important to me and to my party that our Jewish community is not only safe but thriving. That means we must invest in our future. So I'm delighted that...
That means we must borrow money from international banking to fund our bullshit, known as usury, very synonymous with the Jewish religion, being that Judaism has always allowed usury in its history, whereas Christianity and Islam didn't at a certain point until they get bought over and paid for by usury. But anyway, there's Zeke Howe, the sturgeon, sucking the bobby. Oh, here's Farron.
Well, a huge thank you to the Board of Deputies for the Jewish Manifesto, which is a fantastic piece of work and
the Jewish Manifesto? Wow.
Contains so many things that we utterly agree with, where we have enormous...
It's almost as if it's like a little empire fucking ruling this country from within it. Mental. Not only do you get these political fucking charades of parties, right, that's a genuine picture. No Photoshop needed. No Photoshop needed. This was just when they didn't think we were looking. Same with that one. That is what goes on in Parliament after hours. That's their fucking Christmas party. But in every single one of these parties, what you do is you get a wee subgroup of fucking Zionist Jews, which make sure that none of the political parties question the political ideology of Zionism, which allowed the creation of the State of Israel, which then justifies ethnic cleansing and genocide of the Palestinian people. Right? So every single fucking scumfuck apologist up here you see sucking on the Jewish bobby to try and get elected, they're unquestioning of ethnic cleansing and genocide.
Areas of shared values. The Jewish community makes an enormous contribution to the United Kingdom.
Yeah, because we all know Jews are smarter than your average white cunt, even though Zionist Jews tend to be white cunts.
And I'm not just grateful for this piece of work, but for the Board of Deputies' work more generally, and it's a real privilege and pleasure to work along.
Subgroups within subgroups controlling political parties. Let's see, Corbyn, he talks about Palestine, doesn't he?
I'd like to thank the Jewish Board of Deputies for producing their general election manifesto.
The Jewish Board? What the fuck? Why the fuck are Jews writing a manifesto around a UK general election? Anything, anybody? Any answers? Postcard? I don't know.
It promotes values of inclusion, social cohesion and diversity.
Control all fucking sides and you never shall lose. Control all of them. Not allowing one person, one party to question your political ideology, which then allows and justifies ethnic cleansing and genocide. And you win. And this is what we're witnessing. So is it the rise or fall of Zionism? Because Zionism is just not... The word is going to be unutterable.
As Prime Minister, I'm immensely proud of the Jewish community in Britain and its huge contribution to our national life.
Now, can you imagine if any of these political parties done this sort of a stunt for subgroups in their parties which catered for the Tommy Robinson types? Think about it.
I am determined to build a country that works for everyone, where no matter who you are or what background you come from, you can achieve your goals. So I welcome the contribution of the Jewish Manifesto from the Board of Deputies of British Jews. It addresses some important issues. I know there are real concerns in the Jewish community today about the issue of anti-Semitism in our country.
No, what you mean is people actually being able to separate the political ideology of Zionism for a fucking country or a race of people or even a fucking religion, no matter how retarded all religions are. Right, here, this is what we're talking about. Cheers, Martin. Oh, it was Big Marty as well that got a hold of those figures for me as well. So, cheers, my man. What button do I need to press? So this is the Board of Deputies of British Jews. Obviously be hopefully scratching beneath the surface of them a wee bit myself later on. But again, it just, does anybody ask a question why there's a subgroup within our own politics? Does it matter to anybody? Let's go to wee Jufro Watson.
The party that has lost in the...
And again, everybody in their own universe, everything is the same. Oh, hold on, there's Martin got the manifesto actually up for us as well. Cheers, Martin, my man. So, if anybody wants to peruse that at any particular point, I know I'll be doing that later on. Boom shakalaka. So here's the Jewish Manifesto for Britain. What the fuck is actually Jewish Manifesto? Wow, fucking can you imagine how much Tommy Robinson would empty his balls if he found the Muslim Manifesto for Great Britain? They're taking over our country! They're going to machine your law! They're coming to rape our women and fucking shag your bars! Ah! Anyway.
This election is the Conservative Party.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they got 56 more seats than you, which means that you lost.
What we were elected to do.
Yeah, you weren't elected, mate. Listen, Jeremy, I know how much you love socialist dictators.
He was talking about being elected to Parliament, you dickwad. He wasn't talking about the general election, he was talking about as an MP, as an opposition MP, he's elected to hold the government accountable. But don't let me stop you, wee Jufro Watson, taking shit out of context and spinning it for your own wee Jufro agenda.
Shit like Venezuela, but in civilized countries, we don't allow vegan soap dodgers to just violently seize power. You do realise that Labour lost and couldn't form a coalition even if they took the seats from every other viable party.
So we're here to protest.
That doesn't ring true. Labour had how many less votes? Let's throw 2, 6, 7, 8, 800,000. Let's call it 900,000. So straight away he's lying. He's lying to you. If Labour got all the votes from the SNP, for example, if the SNP didn't exist, Labour would have got in. If Labour got all the votes from the Liberal Democrats, that would have sent them over the top and Labour would have got in. They would have had the majority. So don't let these wee small things like fucking facts and figures or anything stop you, Jufro. Let's just get back to filling Americans' heads up with shite about UK politics.
Against the election.
Right, so you're literally protesting against democracy. Again.
Good girl!
Again. So the DUP's bad because they're anti-gay, yet you want more refugees, the vast majority of whom are Muslims from countries that imprison and execute gays.
Are fucking poofs out there no sick and tired of being used as political fucking pawns? I'm sure the gays would rather be out there getting fucked fucking recreationally and not for the fucking benefit of political propaganda. Fucking hell, leave gays out the fucking argument.
The DUP are absolutely grotesque. They're ghastly. Their style advances on abortion, on gay rights. Like, what century is this? These are not people.
It's the 21st century. Those Muslim refugees you love so much still think it's the 7th, which is why when it comes to homosexuality...
And this is where you'll get the meme of they're all barbarians. Right, so they're living in the Dark Ages. Let's blow them away to it. Let's bomb them into the Dark Ages, right? This is literally the language that they're speaking. This is Crusader language, right? Listen for it.
They agree with the DUP. Oh yeah, and it's 2017, not 1917, a fact that seems to be lost on Corbynistas flying hammer and sickle flags. How many people did Stalin kill?
Here's what I found on the web for how many people did Stalin kill.
About 20 million. Oh, how progressive. Look at the state of them. This idiot's already smoked more
actually looks a bit like Jufro Watson with a fucking tash.
Joints than the number of hours he'll work in his entire life.
Whereas Jufro Watson has sucked in more bobbies than this guy will probably in his entire life.
Yeah, like, I know global communism was responsible for the deaths of about 94 million people. But I mean, like, they just weren't doing it right, and like, maybe those people were all racists anyway. They actually got children to draw hammer and sickles and place them in the window of a polling station. Oh, but they're not communists.
But in history, though, communism has killed over 100 million people through China,
I'm not discounting
Mao,
that.
Stalin,
I'm
and
not
so
discounting
on.
that.
I'm not discounting that communism killed 100 million people. I just decided to wear...
Let's argue over what ideocracy, ideology, has killed more people.
A giant fucking flag in public that represents exactly that.
These were the same morons that were kind of making this argument about similar fucking mental retards in America flying the Confederates flag. And then when people said, you can't fly the Confederates flag because of all this history and fucking slavery and stuff. And and they were on the side of people's freedom to fly a flag and let that flag mean to them what they want it to mean. Not to be defined by a flag that you might fly or have the freedom to fly it. But yet when the commie bastards are out, and put commie bastards into my YouTube channel, you'll see me fighting with a few of them on the street as well. They're everywhere, but it's just another ism.
So you're Muslim. Your entire belief system is based on a book that tells people to burn gays at the stake and throw them off rooftops.
Yeah, how to be a Muslim 101. Wake up in the morning, Muhammad. You say hello to Allah, then you go to nearest gay bar and start throwing them off the roof. You are now good Muslim.
Execution of gays still happens in 10 Muslim countries. And you're protesting against the DUP. Try staging an anti-homophobia march in Saudi Arabia and see what happens.
But I think what she's done has shown how disgusting she is, because she's resorting to, you know, asking the DUP, who are horrible, horrible people, just so she can stay in power. So, I mean, like...
You, like, literally didn't, have a fucking clue who the DUP even were until 3 days ago? So, like, literally, yeah?
Refugees are welcome here! Refugees are welcome here!
Right, so you're outraged at NHS cuts, at NHS overcrowding, and yet you want to invite millions more people into an already overpopulated country who will immediately increase NHS overcrowding.
Right, man, this guy is just, he's the meme master. It's just all buzzwords and memes and demonisation of one side and polarisation of everybody out there. And you can, I'm sorry, but you can clearly see the agenda of Jufro Watson, Infowars. I've went on, I think I went on enough about that. Did I share the Jewish manifesto? Does anybody want to see the Jewish manifesto? Let me see if I can just share that in here. Right, so there was wee Jufro Watson. Let's have a look at the artists. Taxi driver.
You know, a senior Tory told Robert Peston from the ITV News, "We fucking hate her. she's fucked us all. And I was like, no, we hate all of you. You should all go now. But Theresa May, she should resign. She should go now. The kids are the future, and they want it. She went to the country for a mandate, and she was rejected. We cannot allow the Tories...
Power of suggestion. He's still weaving his political agenda. This is the day after the election. Inserting certainties into your head without you questioning or analysing it or even looking at the mechanics of the parliamentary system and coming to your own conclusion.
To settle on this. This isn't the start of a 5-year government. I'm telling you right now, we have to mobilise and get them out.
Get that in your nut.
No.
We have to mobilise and get them out. It almost sounds the exact same rhetoric the opposite side was saying to Trump in America, doesn't it? Almost identical.
Let's have another general election in October. The Tories...
Let's just fucking keep voting until we get whatever fucking result the cunts at the top want us to have.
Are a mess. They won't be able to do anything. They're powerless and rudderless, and no one wants them. You know, the power mad, they're now begging DUP extremists for help. They're a bigoted menace. They're the evil dark cousins of evil Theresa May's Tories. The Tories are toxic. They are seriously toxic. This will be a poison like no other. A virus will spread. They have nothing, just misery. Not a single person will be able to bear the smell. We want a country that represents the people's vision, clearly laid out by Jeremy Corbyn. We want the children to have a future. And what an amazing aspiration. As the Sun ran an article, how to get your kids not to vote, and the commentariat dismissed them. This generation, I'm telling you, this generation of kids will lift you up. They have set the unstoppable course that will inspire the world. No more war, free education, dignity at work, housing, an NHS to be proud of, emergency services that...
Wow, man, it sounds like a fucking utopia, man. I'd be there. Sounds great, man. Hold on a wee second. I'm just trying to show you something that I'm assuming might be from a Jewish manifesto. So let me just see if I can find this. It's not working. Fuck, I tried.
Have our respect and the political will to deliver hope. The Tories have millionaires. We have millions of people now. Hope always wins over fear. Kindness and generosity over greed. And solidarity is the road ahead. Get an election in October. You know, call no confidence in these Tories. Don't let them settle. Help bring this home. We can and will do it. This is just the beginning.
Wow, man. Like, again, this election has been everything to everybody. No matter who you are. If you're Labour, you've won. If you're Conservative, you've won. DUP, you have won. Liberal Democrats, they done well. Ooh. SNP, shite. But,
you know...
Wow, he's actually, like, calling for another general...
We're only just warming up, but we must fix...
Oh, shit. Righty-ho, so what else we got to go? Alright, so I've done the general election stuff and all that. Let's have a look at Thomas Sheridan. Now, you might think this guy just talks about fairies and occult shit and all that. No. Monitor him from a Spock perspective. See what he's putting out there into the consciousness of very mentally susceptible people to this guy's programming. Now, just like I pointed out on Chunky Mark, I'm going to have to go and blow my nose, man. I'm still dying of this fucking cold. It's doing my tits in. Anyway, like I was saying about Chunky Mark, he talks in certainties. They don't have a manifesto. a mandate. You could argue that. I would argue that as well. But the Queen's went and fucking signed off on it, hasn't she? They talk in certainties. So when they project themselves as an authority that knows a lot of things about anything. So they'll talk about things you don't know with such certainty that you'll take that as so without questioning anything they say. Now, listen to this for some hypnotising. This is the power of suggestion, the hypnosis. This guy is hypnotising you. What does that, like, again, don't take the titles of people's clips out of context. Go and actually listen to the content. But what does that title tell you? For fuck's sake, man, the apocalypse is coming. I might as well go and tuck my head between my fucking legs and cluck like a fucking chicken.
Until the Manchester One Love concert, I probably thought there was some kind of hope for Western civilization. But I've given up now. It's over.
He's given up. It's over.
It was...
Now, remember, in this guy's head, it's over. So, like, his supporters and people that he programs will now give up. Just give up.
It's gone. Western civilization is finished.
Yeah, completely gone. You closed your eyes one night, you woke up, gone.
Our politicians are determined to hand everything, our ancestors going back to the Paleolithic and even Neanderthals, and all through history to the present, they're willing to hand it over to the Saudi royal family. The Saudi Foreign Legion are bombing shit out of our cities, killing our people, and the only response that our politicians can give to it is to take their money and set up concerts with depraved individuals and psychotics like Chris Martin from Coldplay. And every other piece of shit like Robbie Williams that took part in that bizarre fiasco in Manchester while children were being scraped off, still being scraped off the seats, and they hadn't all been buried yet. It's really, it's over. It's over. When you have the German finance minister saying things like we need to open up the borders to all countries to stop inbreeding, when he...
And that's the meaning of life.
He can probably tell every single member of his family, the pedigree, I might add, of his aristocratic family going back to the probably Prussian Crusades. You know it's over, it's done. The Saudis are determined. Your grandchildren, if you have grandchildren now, it's very highly likely that they will...
Very highly likely that all your grandchildren, what are you going to put into your head now?
Will be Muslims, and they will be sex units for transhumanists.
Yeah, beautiful. So if you've got grandkids, sleep. Remember, don't have nightmares. But your grandkids are going to be, what the fuck was it he said? Fear-mongering, fat fucking Irish piece of shit.
It's done. The Saudis are determined. Your grandchildren, if you have grandchildren now, it's very highly likely that they will be Muslims, and
they're going to be Muslims and transhuman rape victims.
They will be sex units for transhumanists.
Sex unit Muslims? Going to be high certainty, according to fucking Professor Sheridan here.
Weird kind of transhumanist Mohammedan future that they have planned for us. It's over, it's gone, it's done.
His cover's over, it's gone, blown out the water. Listen to this wee Fraggle Rock motherfucker. You can smell the agenda. Who's he getting you to hate on? Who? What agenda has this cunt been pushing for all the years that he's been spouting his shite?
There's no hope, it's finished.
Just go and kill yourself just now, you fucking sad, pathetic fucking human beings.
So, as Western society, Western civilization comes to an end...
I thought it was over already. I thought it had ended. Is it coming to an end or is it over, Tommy? You're confusing me now.
What can we do in the time that's left? Well, the first thing is to enjoy your life. You
can't change anything. Don't stop trying. Just give up. Western civilization's gone. Just tuck your leg just tuck your head between your legs, cluck like a chicken, and kiss your ass goodbye.
A really important one. You enjoy your life best you can. There's a very good chance that many of us will be slaughtered in the years to come by the Saudi Arabian Foreign Legion.
Enjoy your life. I advise you to stop watching this fear-mongering piece of shit fucking filth who has now convinced you that Saudi Arabia is sending an army over here and we're all going to be Muslim transsexual sex units. Our grandkids are.
With the cooperation of our governments, and particularly the European Union,
Yeah, our governments are subservient to the Saudi Arabians. Man, if you don't, this is what you need to blow these shells, the wee hairy fucking leprechaun shells out the water. UK call them, bullets to the head tonight, manufacturing your consent. This fat fucking retard. Guy's a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street fucking fear-pong pusher. Fucking Saudi Arabia's responsible for everything. Loser.
Who will gladly hold us up to be slaughtered by them. And, you know, in the meantime, just enjoy your life.
In the meantime, just enjoy your life. Your grandkids are going to be sex units for Saudi Arabian Muslims. And you're probably going to get slaughtered. All your kids are going to get slaughtered. And at least, probably, most definitely, high probability, definitely, 9 out of 10 cats agree that I'm a fucking sociopath and I'm fucking saying this shit.
Just enjoy your life. Now,
just tuck your head between your legs, cluck like a chicken, and kiss your ass goodbye.
The rest of us who, you know, if you're a moron... Well,
that's me! I'm a moron! I don't believe your shit!
Well, you're probably going to be happy.
I'm not happy! I've got fat fucks like you! I've got fighting fucking propaganda for fat shells like you, for the UK column, for the government. No happy? Moron, yeah. Happy, no.
Anyway, because the more crazy this transhumanist Mohammedism...
Transhuman Mohammedism? What the fuck planet are you on, fucking leprechaun man?
Takes over the world, you probably won't notice the difference anyway.
You go baldy fucking gracefully, you baldy bastard. Do a Tim Pool, wear a beanie hat, hide your baldiness.
I'd be delighted with it.
Pray to the leprechauns, they'll bring back your hair.
But anyway, more entertainment, more...
Tell us about your secret Masonic books that you keep hidden. And you stroke at night when you go to bed. It's my precious, so you can't read my precious. I can show you this secret, super secret old book I've got.
Stupidity, more infantilism, moving further into the sort of like the Quranic IT virtual reality that you...
Wow, man, I've never heard Muslim fucking hatred spew for this fat Irish prick's mouth like this before in my life. I've caught him fucking tuning people to the moon, but I've never seen this agenda come out in him. And this is cards on the table time. You can see whose agenda he's a-pushing.
You're going to be all moving into... You won't notice any difference until there's a veil over your heads, all of your children's heads, and a cock up your young boys' asses.
Beautiful! Don't have nightmares. Your kids are sex units. Your young boy's going to have a cock up his arse because of Saudi Arabia.
And you're all...
Hypnosis. This is the power of suggestion. Everything he's saying here is just a barrage of suggesting to you that a Muslim's going to come over and fucking get you.
Slitting each other's throats in the streets because you've been conditioned to do it, and you're...
Yeah, man, I'm up for that. Let's go and slit each other's throats in the street.
You think beheading...
You think? He's now telling you what you think. Listen to him. This is magic. He's trying to perform the magic trick of hypnosis through the power of suggestion on you. And it will, this will work on a certain percentage of the population. Look at Tommy Robinson. He could get 65,000 morons out on the street. I held my own election, couldn't get one person.
Girl who runs away from her, you know, her husband is normal in the streets. This is what, you know, what goes on in Saudi Arabia is...
Yeah, I can tell from that fucking white, pasty, fucking fat, sweaty face. You've been to Saudi Arabia a lot, Mr. White Man, ain't you?
Coming.
Or are you relying on pictures for the internet?
To every single city in the West. Well, maybe not the United States. Trump does offer hope there, but definitely...
Trump's good. I mean, can you hear this guy's fucking agenda?
Europe. Definitely Europe. It's over. Now, all we can do is to do what I'm doing, is I'm trying to save as much of my ancestors and my cultures and my heritages past, and to try and pass it on for the future.
Hold on, you can do what I'm doing and just fucking tell people that fucking Saudi Arabia's coming over to butt-fuck your little boy who's going to turn into a sex unit for a transhuman Muhammad agenda. You're a Fruit Loop, you fat prick! Somebody needs to go and give him a swift kick to the cunt and tell him to fuck off.
Some way, even if one copy of my books about...
Yep, do the comb over, mate, do the comb over. Keep that hairline a-going.
At least people will know that there was something before Planet Saudi, Planet House of Saud. There was something before that.
Saudi Arabia's... Man, I can see... the fucking boats are coming up the Clyde right now! We're under invasion!
But that's all I can do. I can try and... we can.
Or you can take to YouTube with your fat fucking troll face putting out worse fear porn than Crime fucking Watch. Any people who fucking like listening to goblins and ghoulies on your channel, you fat fuck!
Try and hide things, bury things, time capsules, but there'll be death penalties for people who will dig up our stuff in future. They'll be called infidels and so on.
This guy knows the future! Mate, not only does he have super secret Masonic books that he found in a fucking old house one day that he's read, but he won't let anybody else see it. He keeps it as precious. He now's got a crystal ball and can see into the future when Saudi Arabia is over here Muhammad transhuman butt fucking your fucking grandkids. That's if they're not out in the street slitting each other's throat because we've been pre-programmed that that's right.
It's over. It's over.
It's over!
When you have a terrorist attack in Manchester and people are told to not look back in anger, they're told not to be angry, they're told to sit there and accept nail bombs as blowing up your children as part of our future. There's no hope, and the vast majority of people accept that. There's no hope. I always remember reading about the Holocaust years ago, and there was one particular very tragic but very telling of where we are now.
Dirty T-retard, he's talking about the Holocaust there with these fairies and stuff, and he doesn't actually inject any critical thinking into the fucking... Maybe there's a few questions about that fucking thing, eh?
Where an elderly Jewish man was walking up to SS officers who were killing Jews and saying, wait till Mr. Hitler finds out about this. You'll be in big trouble. And that's what we are now.
This guy is a crazy Fruit Loop fucking mind melt magician trying to get inside your nut to melt it and to make you think that fucking Saudi Arabia is going to be butt fucking your grandkids. That's the same as the BBC and all the mainstream media when they get those pictures of children. This guy's painting a mental picture in your head. You've got a picture of Muhammad raping your little fucking sex unit. Thanks to this fat fuck. That is no accident.
I just don't see a future. I just don't see any.
Go and kill yourself now then, you fat fuck. Don't spread your fucking filth on the YouTubes telling every cunt Mr. Muhammad's coming over to fucking turn your grandkids into sex units.
It's over.
Fuck off!
It's
go and kill yourself! Seriously, go and slit your fucking throat because you've been programming to think it's okay.
I'm kind of like the living books in Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 and becoming living archives of what was Western civilization before it became the Quranic virtual unreality that they had planned for us. Our politicians are handing us over. They're all getting money and deals and all kinds of financial things from Saudis.
Does he not get a sore fucking hand holding his camera like fucking as high above his head as he possibly can?
They're not gonna
Go and film yourself, right? Go and film yourself. Many people have done it. Talking to camera and see if you ever hold the camera at that camera angle while naturally doing it. Right? I'm going to argue very few people would. You don't see many people like that fucking taking selfies like that, do you?
Capture the terrorists. They're not going to capture the jihadists. They don't want to. They've no interest in that. It's that we are being handed over in the same way the farmer hands. Our politicians and our governments are
again just talking about all these jihadists as if they're exactly what the BBC fucking say they are.
Handing us over in the same way the farmer hands over his livestock to the slaughterhouse. That's the reality of it.
Nah, this isn't reality, you fucking fruitcake. I'd love to pull your beard out one by one, you wee fucking scruffy looking fucking fat leprechaun fucking cocksucking fuck. This guy makes people mentally unwell. Mentally fucking nuts. How many people now want to go and kill a Saudi because of this guy's tripe? Just give up.
They're not capturing, they're not even looking, they're not doing anything about it. They just want bloodbaths and as many of us wiped out and this kind of weird beige Quranic techno future where they probably...
Has he said Quran and Muhammad and demonised the Muslims enough yet for one video? Do you think he gets paid by the Muslim insults? By his handlers? Maybe that's how it works.
We live in, isolation from that alongside Michael Moore and Chris Martin of Coldplay inside gated communities where the kind of like the Saudis give them a kind of a dispensation for doing the good work of handing us over to their slaughterhouse. And that's it. This is it. It's over. The game is up. Enjoy your life best you can and trying to become a living repository for the future, but it was...
He wants to become a living suppository. Mate, that is the best become him. Become a living suppository. Stuff him up your fucking ass and forget about him. Let that shit melt away. Forget about this fat fuck. It's over. This guy just wants you to hate somebody called Muhammad.
Because, anyone who's my age or even like say between, say, 35 and 70. You've
35 and 70.
Had a good life. You've seen...
I've not had a fucking good life, pal, you fucking fat fuck. I'm 35, so I'm at the lower estimate of what he's talking about there. Not a fucking tall. I've not had my fucking list of jobs to choose from. I didn't come out of school feeling like, hey, look, society's great. I can actually go and fucking make something of myself. The complete opposite. Fucking came out of every institution feeling like I'm a worthless piece of shit and never capable of anything. Not by accident, I would argue. Fucking fat fuck. See the amount of people that put this guy on a pedestal and now just sit and listen to him as if he's gospel. Listen to the fat fuck.
Western society reached its peak before the politicians handed it all away and gave you away as a piece of livestock to be slaughtered, halal meat.
But Trump offers hope, but Trump's not a politician because politicians are handing it all away. Our politicians are handing it all away to Saudi Arabia. By the way, Trump offers some hope. Oh, by the way, did you see Trump in Saudi Arabia with all the other fucking cunts with a big hand on the globe? Do these things ever fucking... Do you ever want to consider these things into your weak, hypocritical, fucking watered down, holes through fucking left, right and centre argument, you fat fuck?
Of course, human meat. And that's it, it's over. When people are dancing and singing in celebration after they've been murdered by jihadists, you tell me there's hope from after that. There isn't any.
There's hope there's Trump's hope. Trump is hope, you fucking fat cunt. Hopefully now you can see that guy for exactly what he is and whose agenda he is pushing. So that was old Tommy Sheridan, I think his name is. Worldwide. prepare for some. Oh, beautiful. No.
News service, truth in broadcasting.
Now, this is from the BNP, British National Party. Go and double check who they are before you gobble up any amount of information from them. And Tommy have a gripe with each other about who can be the biggest cunt. But this does, it is one of the
for unbiased media.
It is one of the only places I can find this clip. And it's the clip of Tommy Robinson talking about how he's a Zionist, why he's a Zionist, why he supports the political ideology of a Jewish homeland in Israel, which then in his mind justifies the ethnic cleansing, genocide, militia, killing families, just fucking absolute slaughter of people because a stupid fucking book says so. I mean, you can argue about fucking Jews staying anywhere in the world as much as you like, just not with the prerequisite, right? Okay, well, I believe they're shite, so now let's rock up with our armies and fucking start slaughtering brown people. So there's Tommy Robinson. You might not be able to see it, but that is a badge of him saying, I am a Zionist. There is no disputing it. It's not photoshopped or anything. And this was back in 2012. I've played this clip before. I find it a very worthwhile exercise having a wee read at that. So having a wee listen to that even. That was the Jewish Manifesto, winding him down. Use him as a suppository. Stick him up your arse. Right, there's wee Tommy Titbag Robinson. And remember, this guy on the right is only 5'2". Tommy Robinson, midget. Fucking midget. Fucking Napoleon complex with his wee man bag on and everything there above his fucking badge. But that's him wearing I am a Zionist badge. So a British fusser more interested in Jewish people than British people, but anyway, weird. Now, I can't remember. I'm trying to see if I can decipher it from the. No, obviously not. I can't remember what channel this was on. But what I will show you, what I can show you, for Tommy Titbag, is that was this one, Anne Marie Waters speaking at UK against. Hold on a second. I just want to confirm what channel this was on and who removed it. UK again, Anne-Marie. Right, that was put on Reddit. Does it tell you the YouTube channel? Populous Europe, that was put in there. As you can see, that just takes you to that exact same link, which is that video unavailable, then it will take you to that. Oh, it's been closed? Who the fuck's... Whose channel was that? Yeah, that's weird. That says the video associated has been closed, and that one's been removed by user. It's the exact same clip, it's got the exact same title on it. Just mirrored some. Sorry, I'm just fucking having a live think. Live thinking. John Gaunt show. Remember that cunt for Talk Sport? Talk Sport. John Gaunt used to be in Talk Sport. Talk Sport has a talk radio station over in Spain, which is like the same company, and that's where Richie Allen came from. Kid you not. Anyway, right. Sorry, fruitless exercise, I know, but I wanted to double check that. It's been removed by the user, but there is another copy of it here, and it's on the Tommy Robinson channel. I never knew Tommy Robinson had his own channel. Thank you so much. I found that tonight when I was looking for another version of this. So let's just have a look. And this was on the 11th. Now, listen to the crowds. People in the UK will hear the chants, hear the rhetoric, know who these what stereotype of these people are. They do exist, and the amount of 65,000 in that area anyway, apparently. Nothing quite like an EDL march with a fucking gay flag. Well, by the look of her, and then like I'd happily go into a bookies and stick a few quid on her, probably being a lesbian by just looking at the cut of her jib. And you can probably see why the gay flag is there and why he's hanging around with wee fucking fairy cakes for the rebel media so much.
22 people were slaughtered in this city a couple of weeks ago. 4 girls were killed for celebrating our culture. That is why
these girls were killed for celebrating our culture. On a quick scratch. British political activist who is the director of Sharia Watch UK. A boom shaka fucking lacquer, man, no way. 2014, shortly before on the New Year's Eve, sexual assaults in German cities, including Cologne. Right. Go and check them out, man. Go and see how real you believe them to be. So you see all the dots joining between all these groups. And Paul Weston, who the fuck's that? Waters once said, none of this current events would be happening if we hadn't had the left running down Western culture for decades, teaching children to hate Western culture, and then comes along this aggressive religion into a country which hates itself. It's a perfect storm. Right, well, I'll leave you to scratch beneath the circus of this lady a wee bit more on yourself. Let's hear what she's got to say.
and still nobody in Parliament stands for the people standing here today. Our children are killed. Our Parliament responds by protecting the religion that killed them.
So, not individuals, not retards, not compartmentalisation of organised structures on a need-to-know basis has killed these people. A religion has killed these people. I'd argue fucking religion kills people all the time, but my problem is I just hate all religions. I don't fucking point at one religion over another and go, that one's more retarded than that one, because they're all the same fucking shit. Man-made stuff to control men. And lesbians.
Those children were killed for one reason, and that reason is Sharia law. Sharia law is a killing machine. Islam is a killing machine. We have had enough of this. They want to kill us, they want to subjugate us, they want to enslave us. No!
No surrender in there? Have we heard any no surrenders yet? That's what you're witnessing here. Now, when you get a big crazy bunch of fucking Muslims and fucking whatever I stand anywhere in the world doing similar shit to this, fucking chanting death to the West and all that stuff, these people are fucking quite happily the first ones to point it and go, look, they're coming to get us. Now, your average Mr. Brownie can now do the exact fucking same using this shite. Perfect fucking storm!
You will have a voice. I am not giving up. They will stand in front of me and I will knock them down.
Give Corbyn a crack for me! Corbyn buys crack off me!
Somebody just said Tommy buys crack off me. Hold on, I need to drop a link for this. You see, man, like the lads in the crowd, I can hear them, man. You're like, you know people like this, right? Oh man, and it's not a fucking like. See all these. Oh, that's another important thing. Your stereotypical person that supports fucking Tommy Robinson, I have no problem with them whatsoever. I can understand where they're coming from. They are gobbling up the fucking the propaganda of a they're gobbling up the propaganda of a larger than real external threat to get them in the fight or flight and to fight. And it's for your women, it's for your culture, it's for man. You know what I mean? It's very predictable.
If you can, join UKIP, vote for me, and I swear to you, your voice will be heard in British politics.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can understand. See, these people, I understand the vast majority of them believe they're there for a good thing. They believe they're standing up, they're defending their country. They actually believe the shit Tommy Robinson says, right? So just go like that with one big brush. Oh, they're all fucking retards, stupid, unthinking fucking morons. Burn the lot of them, they're not idiots. We should send them home and kill them. Again, you can't fucking... Two wrongs don't make a right. So you need to destroy the fucking... well, I don't know. You need to, by argument, destroy the leaders of these fucking retarded memes that are getting fucking propagated in the masses. So people can understand there's a different point of view and not just the red car and the blue car and all this fucking race bait and hatred shite. Thank you very much, man. Meekip? No.
Thank you for coming out today. I'm amazed by this crowd. Thank you for coming.
I'm amazed what a guy she looks like. Not really though, makes perfect sense. Takes a woman with balls to become fucking a pawn. Right, and there was a speech that was deleted from somebody else's channel. No comment, I'm beat. I wish I could remember the clip in the first place, what channel it was on. Oh, and like, I'll leave a link for this. You can go and check it out. But this isn't Tommy Robinson's channel. So glad I found it tonight. Again, playing the politics game. And more anti-Iran rhetoric. Can you see what it is yet? Can you see what agenda he's pushing yet? Right, so I think that's all I've got for Tommy Titback. Well, no, in fact, it's not all I've got. That's all I had on his channel. Let's go to the Rebel Scum. And let's see if we can do it with no audio leakage. Happy days. Hey, I'm glad these are wee short ones, man. Right, where's Waka Waka Waka, man? Oh, here he's here. Right. Fucking Fuzzy Bear. This is Fuzzy Bear, man, I kid you not.
10 more years of Islamophobia training in our police, 10 more years of unlimited Muslim migration building up political voting blocks, 10 more years of human rights commissions bullying the media, 10 more years of political correctness at our CBC, and you'll get exactly what we got in Manchester. Police deliberately working to discredit peaceful marches, politicians defaming peaceful
Peaceful marches. I just showed you the peaceful march. Granted, there wasn't anybody batting fuck at each other, but you heard the rhetoric.
Marchers admitting it and saying, "Oh, he doesn't care."
See, when you hear his name, Ezra Levant, right? The Levant. If you go and look at the geographical area, that was the L in ISIL of Iraq and the Levant. The Levant's kind of the Greater Israel area. Ezra Levant. So see, when I hear his name, I don't know why. Right? Just call me careful. All I hear is Eretz Israel. Again, go and look at the map of King David's empire.
The media outright fabricating things. Now, we're going to fight back. Tommy is a lion, maybe the last lion in the UK. Well,
right, he's the last lion in the UK. He's a fucking liar. He's not a lion. He's a liar. You know how the way he lied about being charged with attempted journalism when it was contempt of court because he filmed himself breaking the law and film himself in court and getting caught? Have they spun off of this shit? Did they just get the thousands of pounds donated for his barrister and then have stopped talking about it? Did any of the rebel scum media's fans question what happened to their money? Or why Tommy Robinson hasn't came out and showed you any bit of paper saying that he was charged with attempted journalism? Because the stupid prick got charged with contempt of court because he filmed in a court, which means contempt of court. And he filmed himself doing it and put it on the YouTubes. Fucking idiot.
we'll have our side of the story out. We'll get 1 million views on it to tell the other side.
Why does he seem like Fuzzy Bear? Waka waka waka.
Of the story will make the truth known, but imagine what it would be like to be amongst the thousands of people doing the right thing, peacefully marching against hate, against jihad, and having every...
Marching against hate, I just showed, like, go and look at some of the videos. Martin showed a cracking video of somebody just getting the march going by, and you see all the banners and everything they're chanting. People in the UK know what these people are all about. They can hear the language.
Single institution in your city and your country lie about you, abandon you, collude against you, entrap you. The establishment hates Tommy Robinson, but I tell you this.
This Fuzzy Bear prick needs a fucking violin and tell us about the Holocaust again.
He is one of the last things keeping thousands, maybe millions of Brits engaged in a peaceful, democratic process. If the establishment got...
Again, peaceful democratic process. Don't question the democracy scam. We only need to motivate 6 million house niggers to take control of your country.
Their way. If the thousands of people who were there became marginalized to the point where they were kicked out of civil society, not allowed to march peacefully, well, what do 1 million men do when they think their country is no longer a functioning democracy that even listens to them, that even permits them to speak?
Predictive programming. He's speaking to you as a fan of his, as a believer of the fight which is happening here in the UK. We as men have to do something. What do you do? Can you hear the predictive programming he's putting in?
What do they do if they can't even peacefully criticize the jihadist ideology that murdered children in their own city?
Now, what's happening here is asking a question and then not answering it. So you're answering it in your head and you're going, what? Me? As a man? As a lion? Protect our children? Our women? What am I going to fucking kill a Muzzy, man? Yeah!
That's an excerpt from my daily TV show, The Ezra Levant Show.
Waka waka waka! My daily TV show!
Normally it's behind a paywall, but...
Normally it's behind fucking Israel's walls. No, sorry, normally it's behind Donald Trump's walls. No, normally it's behind a paywall.
I thought you'd like this video, so we put it on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to watch The Daily Show every day, including always 2 interviews a day, and I read my hate mail, just click on this screen and become a premium member.
Just click on the screen, become a premium member.
Days after the latest UK atrocity.
My God, see if you went back to cartoons that Walt Disney used to draw with the Jews and stuff, that's what they fucking look like. It's a that's a Jew, caricature of a fucking Jew. Isn't it? It almost looks like David Guest.
In the name of Allah.
With brown hair.
What more can be said?
David Guest.
Well, how about this? It's often noted that what makes first responders so brave is they tend to be running towards a calamity, whereas everyone else is running away from it. But apparently that wasn't the case at Borough Market, where multiple stabbings took place thanks to Islamists going on a bloody rampage. But get this, Guardian reporter Lisa O'Carroll noted in one dispatch that numerous witnesses said they saw police running away from the knife-wielding jihadis. Think about that for a second.
Here's a scum fuck, rebel scum media from fucking Canada who are Zionist scumfuck Israeli firsters now trying to push for our police in the UK to have fucking guns and stuff. They hate the state, but they want to take over the state using democratic processes and have more fucking a bigger police state.
Cops were actually fleeing from the crime scene, leaving civilians to fend for themselves.
Didn't they just look like fucking Walt Disney stereotype fucking cartoon Jew character? That's what they look like caricatures of themselves, man.
Granted, there was a
fucking fuzzy bear before him. Waka waka waka.
Pretty good, albeit mind-blowing reason why these cops were running away. They weren't armed.
They weren't armed! Oh!
Right. These police officers didn't have guns, just batons and mace. So they hightailed it out of Dodge. Meanwhile, terrified citizens had to use restaurant chairs to defend themselves.
I'm trying to keep myself safe. It's not easy, policeman. Just tried to keep me down. I'm keeping myself down.
Unbelievable. Look.
Wow, there's like the police with actual guns going off, and then he's talking about the police not being armed. Not all police are armed, but there's fucking armed fucking units everywhere, right? So this guy's feeding the agenda, having more guns and the fucking arms of police. Oh, God almighty, man.
If frequent Islamic terror attacks in European cities now makes for the so-called new normal these days, as some fearless leaders espouse, then why in blue hell are certain police forces clinging to the old normal of having cops going on duty without firearms? And
fuck off back to fucking Canada, you fucking weird ass looking fucking Walt Disney cartoon fucking character bastard. Fucking more guns in the hands of our fucking bobbies. We get enough guns over here, thank you very fucking much, in the hands of all forms of retards. Don't need fucking more.
Same area, Hendon, where we were meeting, I'd seen this shop. And I'd seen this online.
Right, he'd seen it online, he'd seen this shop, it'd been sent to him, it's a PR campaign, right? Don't fund terrorism, shop at Fletcher's, right? Now, let's not be the stupid, unthinking, weird retard morons that Tommy Robinson is relying on, right? Or the vast majority of the American viewership that will watch this and won't have an understanding of that, right? I wouldn't, like, if I was fucking king for a day, I wouldn't shut that down, I wouldn't stop the person doing it, I wouldn't, but I would be happy to call him a walloper and a provocateur, and it's very provocative what he's doing, because what he's doing, right, and this is where you need your own brain, this is where the truth lies in your own discernment. Is that him just saying, I don't like terrorism, shop at my shop? Or is that him saying, don't fund terrorism, shop at Fletcher's, not Mohammed's? Right? Like predominantly, I don't know, is it racist to say that fucking most of our wee shops are now owned by Asian families? I don't know why. I don't know, because we're like fucking shopkeepers and they came over here and opened up lots of shops, but fuck knows. But that's why in World Cups, Pakistan can never take a corner, because they would end up building a shop. The old ones are the best. But anyway, so knowing that information about British culture and your stereotypical wee shop, as we call them, your corner shop, your wee shop, stereotypically it's owned by a lot of Mohammeds up here, right? There tends to be 9 out of 10 shops are owned by a brown guy. And that sign there with the English flag and all that is very much, if you can read between the lines, you know what market that is catering for. Right, so again, I wouldn't go like, see Carl, get that sign down, you racist bastard, but I can read between the lines and know exactly what that guy's saying. People people that know Britain know exactly what I'm talking about. And here's Tommy Robinson trying to defend it or something.
Don't fund terrorism, so which I loved. But I just so we thought we'd pop in, speak to the owner. This is the owner, and just ask why you did it.
And there's shit, same make a jacket Tommy Robinson had on the other week. Shit. Oh god, was that last week? Is it the 13th? So it would have been the 9th. I know the 6th or the 6th. No, couldn't have been that one. Wait, that was the 30th. Let me try this one. Just the off chance it is. Oh,
a video about what they're actually. You think this?
That's beautiful.
Their leaders are self.
Let's just get me a wee shot here. Right now, fuck it's. Right, I'm trying to get a. Right, I'm looking for that wee patch on his arm there. I'm going to drop a link in. You can go and look at this yourself, right? I ain't lying to you. It's fucking the exact same brand. Right, now you might think, what the fuck does that mean, right? Again, over here in the UK, if you've got any fucking knowledge about our genuine culture and stuff, and the football hooligan culture and the forums and all that stuff, they've got a uniform, right? They've got a uniform, they've got particular brands, Burberry, fucking, I can't remember what make a jacket that is, I can't, right? And I'm not saying everybody that goes out and brands that buy a branded jacket, they're a fucking, a Tommy Robinson fan or what have you. But you can see the look and the uniform that they're going for as part of the mob. And I pointed out his jacket. I pointed out and it's all interlinked, man. These are the messages that they won't tell you. Oh shit, I'm fucking up here, aren't I? I'm fucking up big style, right? There's one there. There's another there. It's just your stereotypical white power kind of symbol, right? Different variations. You can go and look into the esoteric occult knowledge behind it and all that as well. But what I'm pointing out is white power. Use this sort of a symbol, right? Now, I'm not saying that the makers of that jacket are even fucking racist too. Fuck knows, I don't know. But what I'm saying is this gets used as a uniform between football firms in this UK. Over here in the UK. Tommy Robinson's sporting the make of the jacket there. And it is no coincidence that you get a better idea of it there. People in the chat probably know the make of that jacket. I went and looked at the make the other fucking week when I done it on Tommy Robinson and stuff. Now I'm arguing that it is no accident these people are part of the same firm, same mob, same under the handle team, right? Wear the same uniform.
Just for the latest terror attacks in London and Manchester and stuff like that, and I read in the paper there's certain shops being funding them, so I decided to do that. Amazing.
I read in the paper. Right, let's see. Right. Oh man, let me see. The Evening Standard. Yeah! Mainstream media censoring you from the Mohammeds and all that shit. Corner shop bosses who laundered 41 million to fund terrorism in Afghanistan and Pakistan given jail sentence totaling 18 years. The Evening Standard. Probably truth in that story. But again, getting used to paint a narrative that it's all Muslims out there that's doing it, and then it leads to retardationists like this.
Amazing, really, really good, really amazing.
There's nothing quite like a Geordie accent to make you sound intelligent either.
All the people, all my customers out of the moons. people have been coming from all out to get the picture took with the sign. Yeah.
Well, I said, as I'm in Sunderland, I want to come and buy something from your shop.
Sunderland, right?
In Sunderland.
They won't like me calling them Geordies, I'm sure, but fucking same. But other side of the river.
What about the police? Have you had a reaction from the police?
Oh, they've been in quite a bit. 4 times last night. Again today, wanting us to take it down.
They've been in 4 times last night.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing, the cops isn't because they like Mohammed's over Fletcher's. They see that as a bomb, a grenade, a fucking petrol bomb. They see that as a flashpoint waiting to happen. I don't agree with police. I don't agree with the laws. But what I'm saying is there is common sense in what action is happening here. The cops ain't sitting up for Mr. Mohammed. They're trying to prevent fucking more work for themselves because they're lazy bastards.
Telling you to take it down?
Unless they take it down, or they're going to arrest us for a public order offence.
They're going to arrest you? Yeah. They're going to arrest you for having a sign?
Yeah, for a sign.
This is the police. This is the problem that's going on. You put a sign up that says don't fund terrorism with an England flag. I think it's brilliant. And a shop owner, a business owner, a young business owner, is now being threatened with arrest. What is that about? What law have they said? Under what law?
Public order.
Under public
order. Yeah.
They can get anyone.
Section 5. Yeah.
A Section 5. And what have you said to them?
Well, I said I didn't want to take it down. They asked us to reword it or whatever, but...
Reword it? Because don't fund terrorism is not acceptable or something?
It's not acceptable, supposedly.
Are you going to take it down?
No.
And that is the meaning of life. And let's get back to Gumbo here on the right and Tommy Robinson on the left.
I'm not taking it down.
Brilliant. How are you getting police come to a man's business, a young working man's business, as if they haven't got things to do? They're coming to a man's shop to harass him. That's harassment from the police.
Yeah! And Tommy Robinson really believes it! He's so fucking stupid he can't actually fucking understand what that fucking sign means to fucking normal people who aren't fucking stupidly retarded or he's using it as a stunt. Look at the wee bull. Look at a fucking pit bull tuna wasp.
What's wrong with don't fund terrorism? And 4 times the police come last night. 4 times last week the police come.
Well, good. That's probably because they're trying to keep all the Mohammeds away from fucking bombing the place.
That's insane. That is insane, isn't it? Yeah. What is wrong with them? Thank you for watching.
Then he's acting stupid. That's insane! It's not insane. The guy's put a big fucking provocative sign up above a fucking off licence while we're in fucking Stone Island, Martin. Stone Island with a Combat 18-esque fucking badges on them. That's crazy. I don't understand why the cops are there at all. Completely confuses me. This guy gets confused though by getting arrested for contempt of court and gets that confused with attempted journalism, so no real surprise there. Waka waka waka. So just showing you some more bull crap guff from those guys. And this is the people. This is them. Hey Tommy! Get your tools out, Tommy! Get your tools out, Tommy! Get your tools out, Tommy! I wonder how many times he's watched Football Factory and fucking masturbated. Oh God, I don't know. I count the ways. Well, let me quickly do Mike, and then George Webb, and then I'll wrap it on Luke Judowski. 104.50.
What really happened with your host?
104.50. Alright, fucker.
See retail vacancies. We see mass.
Oh, what did I discover? Was it 5 seconds? Was it? Right, there we go.
Yeah. Aloha, America. Welcome back to the show here.
Now, this is coming from a critical thinking NASA guy that can build telescopes and all sorts of stuff. But he wants you to believe he's this stupid and naive.
Still talking about Sweden, one of our members just posted this story to whatreallyhappened.com.
Yeah, one of our members posted this story to whatreallyhappened.com. Where's the story from?
And apparently there is...
Apparently, just rhyme and repeat bullshit without questioning it. Mike, I thought we were meant to be here questioning the mainstream media. You've just took an article posted by one of your members and absolutely just rhymed and repeated it at face value. And listen to this tripe. And this will show you the agenda Mike Rivero is serving.
It's a fad or a fashion, a trend going on in Sweden where women are proving their tolerance and understanding for the refugees by having sex with them voluntarily. We're not talking about the rape issue where the women are literally going on out, finding a refugee, taking them home and having sex with them.
Literally. No, literally you just rhymed and repeated unconfirmed fucking reports for fucking a member on your site and then just read it off and rhymed and repeated it as if you literally know it just happened. That's what literally just happened there, Mike. You rhymed and repeated unconfirmed reports that you can't even tell us the source on, and then rhymed and repeated it to your hundreds of thousands of viewers and dumbass backwards American Bible bashers they gobble up.
And those women, I remember meeting a few when I was working in Europe, but they're a lot more free about such things than the uptight Americans. But still in all, it does seem to be kind of going overboard.
Yeah, imagine having sex with somebody you want to have sex with. That's going overboard. Don't fucking fuck the brown people. Fuck the white people!
On this political correctness issue here.
It's not politically correct to go out and fuck a Mohammed because he's a fucking refugee. What fucking retardation planet do you stay on, Mike?
And of course, the danger here is that the refugees that are flowing into Europe...
Diseases.
And to the United States are carrying diseases.
Yeah, they're all fucking riddled with fucking brown people disease.
Some of them sexually transmissible.
Oh! And with all the raping they're doing, with all the sex they're getting for free.
Some of them untreatable. And so...
You get black man disease or brown person disease.
I'm hoping that they're engaging in safe sex, but it's a risk to be doing that.
What the fuck? This is F.E.A.R. False evidence appearing real. Look at the picture you've got in your mind now. You've got a wee poor fucking blonde Swedish chick fucking getting hammered off hundreds of Mohammeds and catching all sorts of diseases.
Now, getting on back.
Now getting them back onto your insanity. Okay, mate, that's enough of you for fucking one night. I'm not in a position to comment about this stuff other than George Webb. I don't dig his stuff. He's got a political agenda, clearly, by like admitting he's a Zionist and stuff. And then the more you sort of hear bits and bobs about what's happening with him and his brother coming out. If you're into that guy, and I'm not, to be honest, feel free to go and check out this stuff. Brave Actions, his brother that's came out, that's now apparently, I don't know, just his dad's in the Inventor Hall of Fame and all sorts of shit, man. I mean, it's a real good soap. It is a real good soap, so go and check that out. Get your tools out, Tommy! Tools out, Tommy! Anyway, here's George Webb's brother. Man, just go and listen to this web of fucking bullshit, man. And you ain't confused at the end of it, man. All you do is need to know that the guy is a Zionist. Whether you agree, if you agree with Zionism, great. If you don't, fucking just be aware of what agenda he's pushing. It's a political one. And then go and listen to who his family is, his brother is, all forms of shit, man. And it's just stay away. For me, it's mad. Stay away from the lunatics. Now, also before I go into the Luke Judowski clip, which is a cracker, I'll quickly go into the chat and say hi to a few folk. So hopefully I managed to say hi to yous all, and everybody's behaving in the chat room. And agree to disagree and stop poking each other with fucking sticks. Otherwise, we just all get covered in shit. Anyway, Jamesy boy, how you doing, my man? There's Lewis, aka Frank, how you doing, buddy? Truth Seeker, Amy Wood, how you doing, Amy? 2, 3, 4, Cheech, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you in. Crazy Cassie, Rogue State, Age of, Fleeted Dog in the evening, one and all. James, that's not Jamesy boy though, I don't believe. Miss S, how you doing? Amy Wood, John Miller in the evening. Crazy Cass, James, Lucy Rose, Cheech, Amy Wood, Age of, Jesus, it seems to be all women in the chat. More or less, man. I'm not calling the guys women, by the way, I'm just saying. DMC, fuck left and right. Rogue Estate. Truth Seeker, how you doing, my man? Amy Wood. Alan MacGyver, how you doing, my man? Rogue State in the evening. Did I see Vadoom there and I missed him? Sorry. There's John, fuck the New World Order, how you doing, buddy? Elusive Exposure Radio. Go and check out Martin's channel and feel free to. There's John, how you doing, John, my man? Tom Nielsen in the evening, and hopefully I've managed to say hi to everybody. Cheech, John, Lopsam, James, Frank, Missy S, Amy, Crazy Cash, in the evening, one and all. Vadoom, I did see Vadoom, how you doing, my man? Truth Seeker, hail us as well, so hopefully managed to say hi to most of yous in there. If yous want to go and share this or watch it on your own time or what have you, I will drop the link in the chat for everybody. But I do believe this guy done a very good job. And again, these are this. I don't know. I don't know if this is the guy, right? I don't know if this is the guy. I need to fucking scratch beneath the surface a wee bit. A wee bit more to find out if it's the guy that actually done the interview. But in my opinion, he done a really good job, man.
Hey, Luke.
I assume you're still with American Free Press.
Hey, Luke. Hey, yeah, I didn't get a chance to.
Look at this. Oh, I don't know. See the way he turned round and just look at him like that? Who the fuck are you to talk to me? Right, now I can relate to that. Down in Bilderberg and fucking Watford, I went and said hi to him in a field, and I was like, you want to say Kips Clips? Went to say Kips Clips. No man, I'm a little fucking munchkin that doesn't do any of that shit.
To get you on camera 5 years ago when I saw you here, but I wanted to talk to you about a few things, about some.
Just a little bit.
No, I want to talk now. I mean, you don't have to, obviously. You have free will. But I want to talk to you about some misinformation that.
See, like you don't have to. You've got free will. See that this is real. You can tell a real. Well, for me, right, I might be wrong. This might obviously up, but to me, you can tell these real things. This isn't quite like Luke Rudowski turning up in Tim Pools. This isn't like quite like Luke Rudowski turning up in Infowars or speaking to David Icke. There's something different here. There's an edge to it. You can hear this guy touching on topics and pushing Luke in ways that nobody ever does to him because he won't be happy to fucking take them back into the Truther Industrial Complex.
You put out there and some information about you and 9/11 regard. I don't take direction from you, dude.
Yes! Fuck you, you little fucking. Don't on in here? Stop fucking ushering me over. Do you know what he's trying to do? Right, can we talk in a wee bit? Try and get it away from the crowd of people he was chatting to. Try and do it on the DL, on the down low. And then he tries to usher him away from the crowd so they can speak about this privately.
But about you covering up what you were motioning, about you covering up the fact that Israel
Hey man, like he's like a fucking cool G from the fucking movies and stuff. He's got a cocktail stick in his mouth.
out the 9/11 attacks, and you say it was Saudi Arabia and
bit nervous, like you don't really look that way, like you're fucking like a dug tuna wasp. You don't really look that way on most of your interviews that are arranged, organised with Tim Pool's cock and baldy head.
some misinformation and some interesting theories about the founder of We Are Change and his mysterious death.
See him dead smiling, and then his mysterious death, and he went into sad face!
And folks saying that you may have had something to do with that.
Please check that out. I'm not of one concrete position one way or the other. People have mentioned that to me. I've looked into it. It's all a bit stinky. It's far away from the actual events now. But definitely a worthwhile exercise topic to touch on when you're trying to understand these new arbitrators of truth that we've been served up on the interwebs.
Do you have a question to ask?
Well, I just...
Do you have a question to ask?
I want to get your thoughts. And why are you going around spreading misinformation about 9/11 when you're alleging that you're a 9/11
I don't think I ever
advocate?
spread misinformation.
Well, do you go out and say...
I don't always...
Well, you said Saudi Arabia carried it out, and very recently...
Well, there was elements within the Saudi Arabian intelligence that were a part of it, which was exposed through the 28 pages, which was exposed through how the hijackers were trained.
But Israel carried out 9/11 attacks.
Well, they were a part of it. There was
28 pages, throwing Saudi under the bus, trying to deflect all the blame and attention of 9/11 onto one country when there was many, and there was like a cabal, the neocon cabal behind it, who had links in all these countries and the influence in a lot of these countries to carry it out.
There was large components of many governments, not just Saudi Arabia, intelligence agencies with...
Yeah, but this is the one everybody constantly mentions. Yes, nobody's denying it. There's more than one person involved or one country, because it's a clique, not a country, that done this. But with the 28 days and Donald Trump, the Zionist cunt that he is, trying to throw Saudi Arabia under the bus as a diversionary tactic to understanding what happened in 9/11.
In the US and some say Israel, and I think that's very possible. But again, as a journalist, I know my reputation is very important.
He isn't a journalist.
I know that a lot of information did come out about Saudi Arabia and their intelligence agencies, where they were colluding with the actual hijackers, paying for their rent, paying for their flight schools.
Well, there's the hijackers that are still alive, because they said that there were 19 hijackers, and then they said, oh no, there's not 19 hijackers because some of them are still alive.
Well, there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of disinformation out there. I might have misspoken once or twice.
But I'm talking about very recently with the 28 pages.
Let me just finish. There's a lot of misinformation, and I might have misspoken once, and I don't fully believe it was only Saudi Arabia. There was obviously other elements involved with Israel within the United States and other intelligence agencies.
But it's dual Israeli citizens within the United States mostly. I mean, there were a few others, but for the most part, it was almost exclusively dual Israeli citizens.
I'm willing to concede that sometimes I misspeak and don't speak perfectly.
Yeah, I'm willing to concede I misspeak sometimes. Don't address the question. Don't say yes or no to the points that he's addressing to you. Swerve. Say lots of words that mean fuck all. Right, this is when you see that the guys had media training. This is his media training kicking in.
Sometimes in the moment, what I usually do is just shoot videos right away and just speak off the cuff. And sometimes I make mistakes, so I'm not perfect.
Oh, God bless. And I appreciate...
I'm not perfect. This is him diverting the conversation. Listening to me said, I'm not perfect.
Appreciate you talking to me about this.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty much misinformation if anybody does not go out and say, hey, this is Israel, and most of this Bilderberg stuff, and 66% of the folks that are in there are dual Israeli citizens.
I respect your opinion.
Yeah.
And I concede that I'm
I respect your right to say stuff that I won't agree with.
not perfect and don't always get everything right.
Perfect, he's going back to I'm not perfect. I'm only human. I should have burst into a chorus of that.
And sometimes I do misspeak.
Yeah, and another thing, we go out and we basically say...
So this guy's putting to him about the dual Israeli citizenship, all that stuff. He hasn't addressed any of those points. He said, I'm not perfect, I might misspeak.
Obviously, we're armed, we're packing, we're in Virginia, we're the Virginia...
That's probably why Luke stopped to speak to him.
Virginia militia, and we say basically every bit of activism that doesn't call for the immediate arrest and trial for treason.
This is where I would disagree in the Virginia militia, because they still want to go to courts and uphold the law and all that, not understanding that was all a fucking scam from the get-go. But you can tell they're pulling in the right direction. They're talking about what he's doing, and for me, it's an important part of the puzzle. Is looking into the legalese sort of a side of thing, the authority, the courts, what they should be doing, what they aren't doing. Hopefully, we have a wee bit more time and skepticism over the court system and stuff, and seeing that engaging with the system isn't the way to defeat it. You might understand that trying to take people to court and stuff and get them charged with treason is fruitless, completely fruitless. So they're happy for you to try to do that all day long.
And seizure of assets of not just the Bilderberg members, but of all government officials in every nation, and we'll even include all Bar Association lawyers.
See, man, I like the way this guy's talking. Arrest all lawyers.
And judges, millionaires.
And lawyers, I like this. It sounds good.
And billionaires is basically a waste of time. And seizure of assets and the turning over of all the deadly weapons of war is really the only solution. And that anything else is just, I don't know, folks.
Did he actually just swallow that fucking... He sticks! Fuck's sake, I would have said he's a lizard if I seen him eat flies. What the fuck does it make you if you eat wooden sticks?
Making money off of activism or just leading people in the wrong direction.
Is he fucking Penn and Teller's extra? Is he going to start pulling shit out of his mouth? Some sort of a circus act?
What do you think about that?
Well, I respect your opinion.
Media training kicking in yet again. I respect your opinion. We're not all perfect. I might misspoke. I'm not going to address any of the topics because I cannot agree or disagree or confirm or deny anything. So I'm just going to stand here and let you talk yourself out without me addressing any of the points you've put to me. So mega kudos to the guy for doing this. He's got Luke Rudkowski. He's asked him these fucking questions, but unfortunately, Luke Rudkowski was prepared for him and for these people with media training. So the next time some cunt goes up and fucking asks this guy questions, I've got a survey for you, Luke. It's called, in fact, I've got a game show for you, Luke. You want to take part in my game show? I reserved it for Saturday night for politicians, but I'm going to roll it out early for you. It's called Yes, No, or Fucking Die. Because I'm not a part of the militia, Virginia militia or something. Why don't we just call it Yes, No, or I'll fucking bitch slap you? So, and ask him these questions that you're asking him, and get him to pinpoint a yes or a no. And if he can't say yes or no, like a good little politician or media trained whore bag that he is, boom, bitch slap and time.
You spoke about a lot of different things, so it's very hard.
Yes, more media training. You've asked me so many questions, I can't answer one. What about the Israeli dual nationalism? Now, this is where the guy... Again, kudos to the dude that's done this, man. Mega, he's done a fucking amazing job. I'm just saying... I probably wouldn't do any better, I would do worse. I wouldn't even get near the guy. But anyway, what I'm saying is... We need more people to do this and address these people face to face, who are more prepared to detangle their media training and their subversion of actually giving you an answer.
Hard to.
Yeah, but it's pretty concise. You know, basically.
It's very expanded upon and it's very, very generalized. I respect your opinion. I could do.
He's basically calling you an Israeli shell, you fucking Luke Judowski. Right, like that's what he isn't that stupid. He knows exactly what the guy is meaning. He knows the points the guy is putting forward. That you, my friend, put out disinformation because you shine the light elsewhere and never actually any attention on the political ideology of Zionism, which set up the state of Israel.
Some research on it if you give me some information. And
I mean, you know who I am. I mean,
I honestly do not.
Okay, well, then that's a problem. That's why you must be, like, you know, spewing misinformation. And you, I mean, I talked to you about this 5 years ago, and I didn't have a camera then, but now I've got one, and you know, I know that a lot of the guys you hang out with, and even you are purported to be.
You see him holding it like it's a tactic, right? It's I learned this learned this in sales training on the phone. Right? See, if you ask somebody a question, you just sit there in fucking silence. Nobody likes silence. So, right, and it's usually when you're trying to close the deal or coax stuff out of people. Right? Wear them down. Manipulating them. As you go along, you're manipulating them. People have these skills that you can go and fucking train yourself in it. And it's hard. Naturally, a human being in a conversation wouldn't leave too much of a silence because it's an awkward silence. But you deliberately leave awkward silences, and what happens is it makes the other person which means you don't have to say anything.
A quote-unquote
It's a coaxing mechanism to get information out of people, or like to find out what people are saying.
Israeli citizen, so
I'm not.
Well, Adam Kokesh is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Adam Kokesh. I have nothing to do with Adam Kokesh. He's his own separate individual. I'm my own separate individual.
Yeah. That's what, you know, it just seems like a lot of Israeli misinformation from you guys and
I've
what
been critical of the Israeli government and especially their actions inside of Syria and especially their actions in collusion with also Saudi Arabia. And if you look at a lot of content I make, I did make videos specifically about the Israeli government. I think facts are construed and a lot of people use kind of their racism and bigotry against a whole race of people. When
yeah, you're anti-Semitic if you think Israel is an illegitimate state. No, it's a reader of contractual law.
I think the problem is more about the institutions and the governments who carry out actions.
Like Chabad Lubavitch.
Carry out actions on behalf of their kind of representative people. And I think we should concentrate on that. And I have been very critical of the Israeli government, especially with their support of radical
Well, what do you
Islamic
think about
terrorism.
Donald Trump? I mean, and
Well,
what?
I'm not satisfied with Donald.
You can criticise Israel all day long like Mike Rivero does, but they never actually point out the fact that it's an illegitimate fucking country. It shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be allowed to exist. And any move towards that doesn't mean the harming of of the hair on one single person's head, because it's the death of a political ideology, not human beings.
Trump.
Satisfied? Do you think Donald Trump is a criminal?
I think the actions he committed inside of Syria, I think the actions he committed by arming Saudi Arabia, I think the actions he committed by expanding the military budget and cutting programs here is not in the best benefit of the American
Is it
people.
criminal? I know it is criminal. I know it's treasonous.
It's hard because I'm not a lawyer or a criminal prosecutor to label someone a criminal or not.
Do you think Bar Association attorneys are criminals?
I have no idea. I don't like the legal system, to be honest with you. But
Well, you just were advocating and saying you didn't comprehend the law because you're not a lawyer.
Yeah, so exactly, that's beautiful what you done there. I don't like the law, but we need lawyers to tell us what the law is, because I don't understand it.
Nah.
Well, by saying that, you understand the law perfectly. Just keep understanding the law the way you understand it.
But what lawyers do you consider that lawful?
So again, the Virginia militia guy who's in the legalese who's down the legalese path is completely bamboozling and blowing this wee prick out the water, because he's all about Illuminati, big fat hairy fucking monsters, and talking in generalisations and not actually pointing at people. Where this guy's actually entering the realm of, who the fuck are these people to tell us what to do? You know what I mean? Who are these lawyers and liars and judges and sheriffs?
I don't know.
We're all lawyers and judges working for the same organization.
I think an argument I would make is whether it's moral or immoral. And I think a lot of the actions perpetrated by these
And you know where the bar is, the Bar Association is. It's the city of London, the city of corruption. At Temple, where the Knights Templar was given land by the English king at the time after the Crusades.
Subjective. We're talking about law. You see, like, there's a law in Virginia Constitution that says, you know, I can walk around with a gun, but that's not just it about that. It says that the body of the people are the #1 law enforcement arm and the exclusive law enforcement arm
Well, we would need to sit down and you would need to teach me more about that, because this is...
Okay.
When was Occupy? How many years has this cunt been fucking knee-deep in this stuff, trying to understand it, and he's trying to tell me he's never tried to get his head round and comprehend law? Right? Right there, right then, something don't smell right. Right? It's as if this guy's telling you he's a fucking... I can see the patterns, I can see the puzzle pieces. And there's a big puzzle piece and he's just refusing to look at it. Right? Doesn't smell right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You do a good job of dodging questions and obfuscating, but
I'm not trying to dodge any questions. I'm here talking.
No, I know. I mean, you are dodging questions, but that's fine.
I'm not trying to dodge any questions.
That's all right.
I'm standing right in front of you, and I'm engaged.
You are trying to dodge questions. You say, you're talking about general things. You talked about so much there, I don't know what to answer. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I misspeak. When he's asking you questions about or trying to get to the core of you being an Israeli shell.
In a dialogue, and I'm talking to you.
No,
that's a favor that I'm sending to you, to your time.
No,
you obviously have some concerns, and I'm trying to talk to you about those concerns.
What about the embezzling of money from We Are Change?
That'd be very hard to do, because a lot of the first responders who I worked on behalf of saw the paperwork and saw the...
So what you're saying is, when you were eating an apple in that video and that guy was confronting you with information that he alleges that you were going out to bars with We Are Change money?
That's not true.
It was just 100% a lie?
At that time I had a part-time job, and I was working and making my own money. And
so that was just 100% lie?
100% lie, yes.
And so you haven't made any income from We Are Change?
Now I do, yes. Now I make a very small income. Not a lot.
Is it public? Is it public what you make?
No.
Why not?
Because now we're not doing any advocacy or public.
Beautiful, beautiful. All these people who hate the corporate media are now all turning into corporations, which I think Infowars is. It's one big fucking massive corporation.
Work. We're a business now, and a lot of people don't release their income, and I really
just
don't
like
have
politicians in Bilderberg, they don't release their income, so you operate like they do, right?
Some of them do. I mean, Trump didn't this year, but usually.
So you're acting like Trump. Is that why you're reticent to call him a criminal?
No, but I think there's no need for it.
No need to call Trump a criminal, and no need to show what you make in this thing that you started as a charity.
Well, it's no longer a charity.
Right.
It was never a charity. It was more of doing an event to give money to charity, and we always gave our full books and accounting to the first responders that we gave money to, and there's no first responder.
Sorry, sir.
That's okay.
Chris Dorsey, I love your work.
Yeah, hey, thanks a lot, man.
Chris Dorsey, obviously that's Richmond Peace, so...
There's no first responder, no first responder organization that has come out against me with those claims, because they saw the paperwork, they saw the accounting, they saw the books, and none of them believe that. A lot of people who like to make speculations against me do that, and they say those things, but those things are unfounded and untrue.
Fair enough.
And it hurts me because...
Unfounded, untrue, and his media training is kicking in yet again.
I had a lot of my first responder friends pass away. It was something that really...
He sounds like a politician getting grilled on Newsnight, doesn't he? The journalist sounds like a media-trained politician. This isn't by accident. This is genuine media training that this wee shell fucking Luke Judowski has received.
Mattered to me, and I did my best to give them all the money that I could, and I did. And it was something that I started, it's something I founded, and something that meant the world to me, and that's why I sacrificed so much for it. And I worked odd jobs, and I made my own money separately, and it's very difficult knowing that you try to do something good and then all these people try.
Fair enough.
Try to hate
Hey,
you.
I will say one thing. You do take up a lot of oxygen in the movement, and when you're telling me that you make a lot of mistakes with simple things, I mean, I rarely, if ever, hear you talk about the Bank for International Settlements. You don't talk about the F.E.A.R. Lubavitch organized Jewish crime network that controls all the governments of the world, and you obfuscate with the Saudi Arabia did it, 9/11, and I don't think you're hard on Israel at all. So do you ever think like maybe you just don't know enough to be taking money and informing so many people about it, or what is it that makes folks want to listen to?
Do you think you just don't know enough? Look, grieving this guy, that was beautiful the way he done him at the end.
To you when
I think we're all imperfect.
Relatively
back to being this imperfect. Oh, I'm not perfect.
Well, that's true, but everybody's an imperfect basketball player, but I can't go out on the court with Kevin Garnett or.
Not everybody can play basketball good, but not everybody pretends we're professional basketball players like you do. When you aren't a journalist, you're a propagandist. We fucking chancer.
Or Michael Jordan.
Do you think you have everything right 100% of the time?
I challenge someone, and I challenge them constantly. I make very sure that I verify my message before I put it out there. Yeah.
Are you 100% correct all the time? Are you on point 100% of the time and never made any mistakes ever?
Well,
look, that's dupe and delight as if, oh, I've got you now.
That's not what we're talking about.
It's almost like he's fucking playing me his bollocks when he said that.
Of course people make mistakes, but when you make something that's a verified statement on something that's been verified and proven, then
9/11.
It's something different than putting out conjecture that's incorrect and saying like, oh, I just didn't know any better.
Well,
don't you think?
All I'm saying with the things that you raised to me that I'm unaware of, and if you have more information that I could look into.
You're unaware about Israel and 9/11. You're unaware of the Bank for International Settlements and Chabad.
You mentioned a lot of different things to me.
It's all on tape.
Back to the same old, lots of stuff. I'm so easily confused. I need to take one point at a time.
Whatever I mention, if you can't keep up with that, man.
Hey, this is Luke Radowski. I don't really see my anymore. That's the way he speaks in his own videos. He's not speaking that way now, is he?
It is. But you mentioned a lot of different things to me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, all pointing at you being a fucking Israeli shell. He knows it and he isn't addressing it.
A lot.
And said a lot. So, if you want to inform me more, give me some information.
A man doesn't want for anything, but I wish to do things, so I can inform you any way you wish to be informed.
Okay.
And that's what I'm doing right now. So, hey, I appreciate your time. Okay. And, hey, God bless you. Okay. And, think about what I said to you, though.
You got it.
All right. God bless.
Is that a gun on his back? Is that a tripod? Figure out if that's a gun or a tripod. Sure, it's a tripod on Luke Radowski's back. But there you have it, man. That was a good wee tit for tat over on the Bilderbergs. There is the link for that if you want to go and take it out. Do bear in mind, if you have enjoyed the UK Fifth Column, manufacturers of your consent tonight, feel free to stick a wee thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Share it with friends, family and foes. Help the show grow because nobody else is going to do it. So it really is much appreciated for the thumbs up and sharing it. If you get any value from the shows or the clips I put out, feel free to use the Patreon or PayPal buttons down below. You'll get the community page for all the other hangouts, the VidMe mirror of the stuff I put up on YouTube, the Global Information Exchange, our community where they share all the other hangouts, Daiz's channel for the music and NewsRant, the event page, Facebook, the Twitter, and the 2 YouTubes. So go and make sure you check all that out. Tomorrow night will be reality chats with Peter. Thursday and Saturdays is Steve's show. Friday, See Through the F.E.A.R. Porn Friday. And Monday will be Soul Excalibur. And then back on to Tuesday, not the Infowars Nightly News. So quickly go into the chat room, say hi to everybody. Lucy Rose, how you doing? Blazing in the evening, my man. Ginger Ninja, how you doing, Ginger? Hope you're all good. There's John Miller, how you doing, John? James A. Boy, Ginger Ninja, Helicopter, Rogue State, Age of Lewis. In the evening, guys and girls, thanks for joining. Hail us in the evening, my man. Truth Seeker, DMC, Helicopter Pad, Cheech, Amy Wood, John Miller, James and James Owen, Crazy Cass, Scottish Ross, Rogue State, BH Fireblade, how you doing? Fleeted Dog, Lucy Rose, Rapid Man, how you doing, Rapid Man? In the evening, right, Miss S, Age of James, Rogue State. So hopefully I've managed to say hi to yous all. So hopefully you have appreciated the show tonight. Again, an alternative way at looking at things. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong, it's just a different way of looking at things. Ask questions about the new arbitrators of truth that will be served up on the internet. Ask yourself, are those as people as controlled as the TV that we've been told to ditch? Skeptical about the skeptics, watch The Watchmen. A real alternative look at the alternative media. So feel free to thumbs it up, share it with friends, families, foe, all that good stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. And now, I'm good to go. Alright to YouTube, thanks for listening. Get cheese.
F.E.A.R, come on. It keeps the cheese and the maze and the rats and the race and those peasants in the days like a head up on the ace. It's F.E.A.R, come on.